Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and Twitch. How is everybody today? Thank you, Pyle, for swinging by nice and early. We are going to get this going. I'm going to turn off the sub goal because that shit ain't working anyway. And in the meantime, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone swinging by. We're going to be quickly jumping back into another weekly meeting of the Cross Country Compatriots on our homebrew D&D adventure. I can talk good, I promise. Titled The Might of the Imperium. It's a homebrew adventure developed by myself in a world developed also by me. We've spent a decent chunk of time here so far. Some adventures have ensued and some chaos has just been unleashed, usually at the hands of our friend Stanislav here. However, we do understand there are some topics that may strike a nerve with some people and possibly make some people uncomfortable. If that just so happens during the stream, feel free to just step out, and if you feel running later, we appreciate it. If not, we completely understand. But we're all here to have fun. I know what the players' kind of lines in the sand are and whatnot to cross there, so we will be avoiding that today. But in the meantime, without further ado, I would like just quickly recap what happened last time. So,
Good boy. When
Hey,
did we
buddy.
begin?
Yeah.
It was a crazy one.
Yeah, it was nuts. So,
It was a dark and stormy
it was a dark
Yeah.
stormy night.
You thief.
So, the battle had begun between you and the forces of the Magus Imperium with the Hushroot tribe as your allies. The battle quickly turned against you, or seemingly in your favor at first, and then when you believed your goals had been achieved, it seems an ambush was sprung from the mountains above, and a second battle ensued, much larger and bloodier and more violent than the first, in which archers were just exchanging fire across this canyon, explosions happening everywhere, all of you trying to make a hasty escape while a small shield wall slowly just closed around the carriage in which you found yourselves. The defense of the Hushroot was effective.
Linux
But-
especially, my god.
Linux is G.
Yeah.
However, the numbers began to dwindle and a retreat was deemed necessary. So without hesitation, Ilsevere, Stanislav's long-lost purple-skinned brother, decided to jump on the carriage and start trying to steer it towards safety, while the remaining members of the Hushroot tribe tried to essentially file their way in one by one through the open door of the enchanted carriage in which you now ride. The last of which, Linux, was the last to step through the door, after being just grievously wounded by a member of Otten's tribe, one of the Kiram.
And I believe he
Group.
said, somebody bring me my wine.
Someone bring me my wine.
Yeah.
Yep. Words to live by, if ever there were any. And I
Especially
believe
for
that
now.
is where we ended the session after... I do believe Stanislav
took
went out and
over
pulled
the
his brother
drive position,
Ilsevere,
yep.
who had been incapacitated by a number of arrows shot into his back, and decided to take over the carriage, using his warhorse Ilsevere to step up
No,
where one of the
Ikesh.
other... Esh, I
Yes.
apologize. Where one of the other horses had fallen. You made quick time and quickly got out of the way of the conflict and are now currently riding through the canyon road that leads to the port city of Tursa. Not
I
somewhere
believe-
you necessarily want to be going.
I believe I had used my last spell to heal Ilsevere, and Rot had also, Toren had also used.
So I'm pretty sure we are
That's about
very
it.
close to tapped at this point. So, you continue riding westward, leading your carriage as you go. Fairly easy feat for you, considering you share a telepathic link with your horse Ikesh, named after your former master. If you'd like, you can roll me a perception check just while you're riding here to try and just keep an eye on things.
Sure. Can I
You're the
roll one?
You're the only one out there.
Can I roll one for Ikesh as well?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll allow it. Perceptive horse is perceptive.
He has a wisdom of +1, which is more than me.
I'm not going
And
to comment
me.
on that right now.
Oh, a 4 out of 3! Oh, could it get...
It
Yep.
looks like pretty smooth sailing. It might be nice to find somewhere to pull over and get some healing in and find a place to rest safely. However, You find no such location in this very narrow canyon road that's barely wide enough for two carriages to pass side by side. At most points, you even need to pull over to allow the. So no luck so far, but you are currently steering this carriage westward. What is happening inside? There are a number of wounded soldiers, most of whom have been grievously hurt from the battle. A few are missing limbs, a few are nearly missing limbs, and some are suffering from wounds that may be life-threatening if left without treatment. What are we all doing?
I know where all the triggers are. Or maybe not all, but I know where enough of the triggers are.
You know where the gas trigger is and the spear trigger is, and you know where to turn off the gas.
Okay, so I'll go and turn off the gas for now, and...
It's still off, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, just... We have some beds and stuff in here. So kind of cautiously go through, and once I'm convinced areas are safe, I will put some of the wounded in the interior of this place.
Okay, so are you actively searching for traps as you're doing this then?
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know enough about this place.
Ilsevir's going to help you out and try to lend some aid, and kind of just looking over your shoulder as well, using his senses to aid you, kind of helping point out any possible locations that you trap. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check with advantage.
An investigation check. I can do that.
Investigator.
Your passive is pretty high.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. So it seems like these hallways are untrapped, in the sense that these are guest rooms, and he doesn't necessarily want his guests stumbling out of their rooms in the night and activating a life-threatening trap. It seems like the gas was the most deadly and active trap area in this room.
I mean, people are concerned with stuff like that? Crazy.
It's like walking out of your penthouse suite at the Bellagio and stepping into a bear trap.
Exactly. Yeah. We want to avoid that. We really want to avoid that here. This is a luxury drive. You managed to do so without any issue. There are 4 beds that you can see. So 2 different rooms, each kind of divided in the middle by a wall. They're nice. They're well decorated. The beds are singles. You gather this is for the lower end of the tier of people riding this. This is for your standard guests who are kind of along for the ride, and low-level dignitaries and stuff like that.
Sure. Yep. Let's
4
put 'em in
beds. Okay. You managed to find the 4 worst of the group. I believe there was about 12 of them.
Yeah.
In the end, they went down from about 30. It was rough times. You get the worst 4 and lay them up. The rest kind of find places on the couches, on the floor by the fire, and you kind of begin to administer some medical stuff. So, Toren, go ahead and roll me a medicine check, since you cat is too much. Since you said you're going to be just tending to the wounded in here while they're off looking for that.
I'm still poisoned, so that's a disadvantage, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to say still yeah, unfortunately. Ooh, natural 1. You make it worse. No. You
Toren
are
has no idea what he's doing.
Normally you would be better at this kind of thing, but you are deprived of sleep. You have been traveling for nearly a week on foot through the desert. You are in no state of mind to be helping anybody right now. But you do your best. You bandage a couple wounds very loosely. Will definitely have to be redone by someone with more advanced medical training than yourself.
I'm helping.
You're helping. You're trying your best, and it's the thought that counts here.
Yeah. I'm better at wounding.
I'm not a medic. I ain't even trying.
Fair enough. So, you managed to lay up the 4 worst in the bed. The rest are kind of being tended to. Ilsevere begins actually administering some medical attention to these folks while he is doing that.
Even though he's as hobbled as they are.
Yeah, he's not looking great himself, but he tends to put others before himself and is trying to make sure that people are tended to. If anyone is going to pass, he wants to make sure they do so peacefully.
Good brother.
Mercy as humanly possible, if need. So far, it has not come to that. The ones who have kind of lost arms or have cuts down to the bone are definitely in the worst shape and will require some dedicated medical attention at some point.
I mean, I look to find alcohol.
It's Smart. Yeah, there's lots. This is an opulent traveling wagon. There is
Yep.
a ton of booze.
I
Maybe
Maybe
grabbed
not
the-
wine, but
There is
Yeah.
wine, but you're gonna want to go for something harder. You got brandy, you got some like whiskeys, you got a whole lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I'll find whatever's the strongest, and I will like rip up carpet or whatever, and for the ones that
rich people
to-
clothes.
yeah, exactly. Who the fuck needs rich people clothes anyway?
There you go.
And then yes, so I will, as I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, just to try to make sure we can deal with the infection. We're going to
Yep.
bandage these folks up, and then alcohol and bandage it up, whichever.
Okay, roll me a medicine check, please. Just to see if you can improve on the fine work done by Toren.
It's not gonna 16.
Okay, that's good enough. I mean,
This is
like
the bar pretty low.
to
I
to
mean,
soak a
I mean,
rag in
I'm not-
alcohol and wrap a wound, or to like pour alcohol on a wound and wrap it tightly is not a huge feat when you're not rolling natural ones. So you managed to bandage up the worst of them and fix some of the loose and haphazard bandages put on by Toren. There are a number of grunts and winces and just gritting of the teeth as you are cleansing the wounds with the alcohol, but
Again,
they look at you.
Not a medic. These
Yeah.
people will probably scream, but
Yeah.
they will be disinfected.
Yeah, but they will be disinfected. That's going on a t-shirt. That's the next t-shirt. People may scream, but they will be uninfected.
I love it.
I love it, I love it. So. Oh my god. That takes you all together, I'd say, like a good 20-30 minutes of dealing with that while Stanislav is just riding, not sure exactly where to go.
Speaking
what would you
of
like
that,
to do? Yep.
am I the only person on the outside of this cart? The entirety of the rest of everybody?
The only
get
one,
inside?
everyone else is piled in, yeah.
Okay, so I just read the word-for-word description of Find Steed, and not in a single place there does it say I can't communicate across planes
I mean,
telepathically.
Okay.
It has to be within a mile, that's it. So if I go into this cart, will I be still within a mile of my horse, technically?
oh, for a second there, I thought you were going for something different, and I'm like,
Because
really?
it's not teleporting me, it's just putting me into a pocket plane that's right there.
Yeah, but it's a whole other plane, so I don't know. You could probably issue a command and trust that it will follow it, but I don't believe you'd be able to communicate with it.
Yeah, I don't-
Interplanar.
I think I
don't
trust him enough
either.
to... Okay, yeah, that's fair. I think I'm gonna just tell him mentally, just continue following the path, maybe slow down a little bit. And I know on the inside you can't feel any motion, because we were moving when I was in there. I'll be right back. I just need to go get some help.
Okay.
I don't plan on being gone for long, so I'm just gonna tell him that,
Alright.
and gonna rip into the cart.
Alright, what would you like to do once you arrive there?
Just look for maybe Linax. I feel like he's a person who would know his way around.
He is
Seems
beat
smart.
to shit, but you find him lying
Is he
on...
conscious?
Barely.
Yeah.
You find him lying on the couch here, next to the fire.
Okay.
Kind of
I'm
next
just
to
gonna,
one
like-
of his men. They're kind of like head on each side, feet up by each other, and they've just managed to lay down and get comfortable.
Racking up nice.
He's drinking a glass of wine.
That was some good work you did back there. You saved a lot of people.
Not enough, I'm afraid. We only got one.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going, and I'm the only person driving this cart right now. I don't mind driving, but I need help. I need somebody to come help guide. If there's
Leaf.
anyone who isn't almost dead.
He yells out, and you see a young looking half elf.
Okay.
The point on the ears is quite a bit shorter than the elves that are here, and the skin is kind of a more dark tone than the traditional kind of like more pasty elven complexion. He kind of like perks up. Yeah, I got it, and he kind of like winces as he stretches. It looks like you can see he's like kind of shirtless and bandaged up. There's a big bruise on his rib cage where it looks like he got hit with some kind of just heavy blunt object. And he kind of winces as he's standing.
You got hammered.
I can handle that. Where do we want to go? Where do we go from here?
Somewhere safe and remote where they're not gonna find us, and we can probably regroup and replan what the fuck we're going to do. I also need to sleep, but
You're interrupted by just the sound of screaming. It's like, don't worry, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I don't even flinch. I'm used to that shit at this point.
Jeez.
The knife's
yeah,
not
there's-
for you. I just have to cut the bandage. God damn it!
No, don't do it. No, it's yeah. So,
Sorry.
I think I know.
hilarious.
I think I know a spot that might be hard to get the art in.
I have a very capable horse that is a little bit smarter than your average one, and
Really?
also he can understand what you say.
Will he listen to me?
Yeah.
And I'll let you get some rest.
All right. I just need to come out and tell him to listen to you.
All right. And he kind of just hobbles over to the door, grabs a bow and just a bushel of arrows, kind of just holds them, climbs out, puts them next to him on the seat, leans the bow up.
I'm gonna hold my shield out to him. Do you have experience with these? Could you use this
Hold
just
it
in
in
case?
between you and the sharp, pointy things. I think I can handle it.
All right. I'm gonna let him use my shield while he's out there for extra safety.
Kind of just like looks behind him towards where the fighting was and just puts it on his back, kind of like leaned there, so it's
Yep.
providing some back protection.
Well, it has a strap
Thanks.
for when I want to unwield it as well, so he can strap it on his back.
Thank you.
All right,
You
and I'm
get
just gonna
some
pop
rest.
out.
I'll have someone
just-
else come and help in a minute.
And I'm just gonna pop out the door, just my head out the door, so I'm on the same plane. What's his name again? I heard him say it.
Leaf. L-E-I-E-F.
This man-
L-I-E-F, sorry.
Yeah. Like the Norse version. Okay. This man here, Leaf, is going to guide you. Ikesh, listen to him and trust him. He knows exactly where he's going.
Oh, okay. You hear respond in your head. All your horses are just done with the shit.
Yep.
You did so good today.
Thanks. You got any food?
Actually, probably. I'm gonna just like go inside.
He just starts walking too with this guy already kind of moving a bit. Slowly moving forward.
Do I have?
They don't necessarily need to eat
No.
being a celestial steed, no, but he likes treats.
Are there like
You know he
sugar
likes treats.
cubes for like absinthe and fine liquor inside?
There's like some yeah, probably. There's apples and like some
Oh,
fresh
I'm gonna
fruit
grab
and
an
stuff.
apple. Hell yeah.
Like, there's food in here. This is like an
Yeah.
opulent traveling carriage.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab an apple and go feed it to him really quick and then come back. Good horse. Give him a quick scooch. And back inside.
Yeah, and then you as you're closing the door, you see it kind of take off at a bit more speed.
Nice.
And you can kind of hear Leaf just like, all right, let's take it slow here. Just kind of, he's kind of hesitant to control this
He
shiny
would see
golden horse.
Ikesh acknowledge him by like
Yeah.
nodding and stuff. Yeah.
You're smart. Your door closes as he says that.
Nice.
And everyone is just kind of lying about recovering from the day.
Yeah.
What's the plan? You've administered as much medical attention as you can probably muster. Ilsevere is on it, but he is not looking good. He's recovering, but you get the sense no matter how much magic you pump into these people, they're gonna need time to rest and recuperate after that.
I'm just gonna go find him and say, brother, I think do what you can for these people, but you need rest as well. You're in as bad shape as they are.
Yeah, well,
As am I.
you know, the needs of the many.
Just take care of yourself as well.
I'll be fine.
I know it's not in your nature, but
Can you help me
Do-
with this,
do for
please,
me.
brother? And he turns and you see 2 arrowheads, like, broken off, still just stuck in his back.
yeah, this is gonna hurt though. I'm gonna also go find some booze.
Houghton is just, like, has a collection of different boozes he's been pouring on people.
Actually, I have an idea. I don't think there's an on fireplace in here that I've seen. Is
Oh,
there?
yeah, there's right
Oh.
there on the, it's right there on the map.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab a poker and put it in the fireplace.
Oh, okay, yeah, there is definitely a poker.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You know-
it's
you know
it's
what's
not
coming,
arcane
brother.
fire, it's like, it's
Nope.
real fire as far as you can tell.
Okay, good.
But it seems to be magically sustained as the logs in here have long been burnt to ash.
That's cool. All right. Well, yeah. I'm gonna heat it up to red hot.
You heat your poker. Yeah. The end begins to glow that bright orange color, and Ilsivir just looks at you. He knows what's coming.
Well,
at least I made
for
this.
Yeah. I'm just gonna find like a leather-bound book or something in the room that we're gonna just say, "Put this in your mouth and bite." I don't think there's a stick or anything else.
He holds it in his teeth.
So I take the poker out, grab the bottle, put it on the table next to me, grab an arrow, yoink, yoink.
Roll me a medicine check, please. One for each arrow.
Okay. I'm not trying to be.
There's a lot of
particularly
medicine
gentle.
happening. Yep.
Yeah. Oh God.
This is to see if you cause lasting damage.
I was gonna say.
Because it's usually you
10
want
and 15 with the plus 0.
Okay, the first one kind of snags. These have bites on them. And you kind of tear that wound. It starts bleeding heavily. What's Elsevir's health at the moment? I'm curious. He's probably not looking. He's at 21. He's okay.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't do enough damage to make him fall unconscious again, but he winces greatly as you essentially tear a chunk out of this man's back.
Ah, shit.
And then on the second one, you kind of
Little more
figure it
careful.
out now, and you like wiggle it a bit, and it still does some damage on the way out, but not enough to cause any lasting harm. You quickly begin searing the flesh, which he is actually. Does he not have a partial immunity to it because he's a tiefling?
We're both fire resistant, yes,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he would not
So he
take
takes-
much damage from it.
Yeah, so roll me, since 2 holes, roll me a d6 for each. So 2d6 total. Once again, Toren and Stanislav, the smell of burning human
So
flesh
down to
hits
2.
your nostrils. Yeah, so just 2. He's fine. He winces. He does not like it, but he's like.
And then alcohol on both.
All right, pass me some of that, please.
Quickly give him the
He
bottle.
just starts
Yeah.
drinking it. Puts
Oh,
it
God.
down.
Yeah.
I'm going to go rest for a minute. Thank you.
Yes, I need to do the same.
And just limps over to a carpet, a nice cushy carpet somewhere, and lays down. Just kind of closes his eyes and tries to get some rest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do the same. But elsewhere, I guess.
There's room. You can pull up a
Yeah.
place on the floor next to your brother.
Yep.
There's space.
Yep. I'll just use my fucking backpack as a pillow.
Oh yeah, no, pretty much where you're at right now. Most of the comfort
Actually, I'll just grab
spots
a pillow off the
are
couch.
taken. They're mostly taken, and as you kind of approach,
Or a
some of the
chair.
wounded soldiers
Like a
kind of
single
look up
chair.
at you like, "Really? You want my
Okay,
pillow?"
I didn't want to go take a pillow from a person. I want to find it.
They're all taken. You can maybe cut one off of a chair if you're really
Oh,
so
no.
inclined.
I'll just use my backpack.
But yeah, no, pretty much every comfortable spot is being filled up by an individual right now.
The floor is good by me.
Righty.
Sit down next to Toren. Well, that went swimmingly overall.
I think it could have gone way worse. So
Oh yeah. I mean, the objective was technically completed. I'm not mad. I'm looking around. I mean, honestly, despite everything, technically also still a win for the Hushroot. In a way.
they'll survive.
You hear
Been around
Linex
for a
kind of
long
pipe
time.
up.
What was that?
You hear Linex kind of pipe up. Doesn't feel like a win right now, buddy. He kind of just rolls back over and goes.
I mean, I understand, but if it helps, you survived a fight. You inflicted probably more losses than you took. We got Toren out, and this thing, a logistical win for the Hushroot.
Just kind of lays down and just goes back to sleep.
Yep.
What would you two like to do?
I'd like to start rummaging for some armor if I can, because I'm just wearing Stanislav's fancy clothing.
All right, roll me an investigation check. How far in are you going looking for this?
We only have the top room and then the one with the table open, right?
No, they're all open now. Auden
Okay.
went in and explored all of them.
Yeah, I'm
and
just gonna,
disable the gas.
I'd like to start. I'll go in a little farther than we were if I can. Just poke my nose around.
Go ahead
Oh.
and roll me. Well, essentially,
You're going
you
full out.
kind of look around the main floor. You roll me an investigation check, actually, just to see.
I got a 6.
Yeah. So on the main floor, as far as you can tell, going all the way up to this room with the table in it, doesn't appear to be any armor left kicking around. I mean, there's literal suits of armor on display. I don't know how proficient plate armor, but you could probably haphazardly piece something together if you are interested in doing so. But it looks a little more decorative than anything else. Like, you're not sure how practical it would be in combat. It would do something, but that's up to you. If you'd like to go in further, there are 2
Look
doors.
like King Henry.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I'll go in a little further.
All right, well, there are 2 doors. There's one that leads, I guess, would be technically westward, and then a large metal, solid steel door with no windows that leads southward out of that room.
That one piques Toren's curiosity.
You approach, and it is solidly locked. This is a very heavy door. You can see the keyhole, and it's quite large, even for like your standard keyhole. The key would be noticeable, and you don't feel like you found anything that would fit it so far.
I want to go find out.
Hey, what's up?
I found something rather curious. Well, I was looking for something to protect myself. As Stani's clothes, I don't think will do much. And when we were in that room, when we were panicking, trying not to die, I didn't
Right.
notice this large door, and now I'm curious.
Well, I'm always happy to appease curiosity. Let's go take a look.
Sleep first.
I mean, look at all these fine people here. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong. And let's go take a look at the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Like I said, solid steel, locked.
No, yeah. I mean, I'll try to lockpick it, I guess.
You have your you did find a set of lockpicks.
Just look at Toren and just so you know, this is not my specialty.
Go ahead and roll me a, I guess, dex and proficiency with lockpicking kit if you have it. Or thieves' tools, which I don't believe you do, so it'd just be a straight dexterity check, I believe.
Oh, I do have proficiency in thieves' tools.
Oh, you're a rogue, yes! So this is exactly your specialty. Yeah, so go ahead.
So
Dex and proficiency.
tools. Fuck. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do it this way.
Tools.
Tools! Yeah, there you go.
Us. AKA us.
24.
I was a DC 20, just so you know. You take your lockpicks, and it's like... You have rogue-like tendencies. You're no thief.
Sure.
But you're roughly familiar with how to do this. You've had to kind of operate and do this kind of thing before in some of your missions, perhaps. You take the lockpick and fit it in, kind of find the tumblers, grab your other one, pop it, turn, and you hear the door. And it just begins to open right down the middle. Actually, it would open inward. My mistake.
Okay.
Dark?
Torches. As with every other wall on here, there are these kind of faintly... They're not faintly. Glowing kind of orangish green torches. More magical than fire. More than anything else.
Just like a nice room. What is it exactly?
Looking down on your left, you see a staircase. Going down to another metal door. This one with bars. And a window.
Good enough for me. Let's go. I check. I look at the other side of the door. Is it like a crank lock? What type of lock does this thing have?
Also a key. And the keyhole looks very similar to the one on the other door.
Keyhole both ways. fascinating.
Call it extra security.
I'm not debating the logistics of it. I'm just interesting.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking how about we just don't let it latch right now, and maybe not go to unexplored areas when we're hurt. Could be a good idea.
Maybe we come back then?
Oh, I definitely think so. I definitely think we do the coming back thing.
Alright.
Shadow agrees.
How loud are
he
you
really
talking?
does.
Out of curiosity. Are you whispering?
I mean, so as far as Utton's concerned, this is probably Hushroot property, so I'm not whispering at all.
Okay. As you're talking, you hear from inside. Yes? Hello?
Yeah, we'll be back for you in about
Is
8
anyone-
hours.
What? No! As you leave to go take your long rest. Why do I even try? It's fine. Okay. So you're gonna go take your long rest? You're gonna go get a little sleepy sleep?
You are such a practicalist. Oh my
I love
god.
it. I love it. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's
No
not.
shit, hey?
I'll take a couple of apples. I'll take a couple of apples. I'll open the door and toss them towards the bar.
You have no idea where you're trying to aim these. You just toss a
No.
couple of apples through the bar. What was that? Please, could you let me out?
Yeah, and see you in
Please.
8 hours and then go back.
Oh, God damn it. You just hear some kind of
is
result.
it dark in there?
I was trying to toss some food.
It's a little darker beyond this. The light is not nearly as bright. There appears to be one torch at the end of the hallway leading to a separate door in a hallway that goes off to your left. Or to the left, which seems to be where this voice is coming from. But you see Otten's apples just roll straight to the door at the end.
Do a couple of them splat.
Oh wait! Oh, I thought it was like bars. It's like a door. Never mind. I need to toss the food.
It's like a door with a window with bars on it. Like you can fit the apples
Okay.
through.
Well then, yeah, I would try to toss them through.
But... Alright, so you gotta go.
I want to take a peek in the window.
Okay, you put your face right up to the bars, and like I said, hallway with the door at the end, and then another hallway going off to the left, and you can kind of see what appears to be just metal bars, kind of from the little bit you can see down that hallway. It appears to be some type of prison cell or dungeon or creepy-esque place.
Yeah, I don't trust this.
Like I said, 8 hours, and I go to sleep.
Okay, so we're long resting.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, the guy has a couple of apples now. He won't starve to death. I say,
Assuming there's
guy.
not another door in between him and the apples.
Fine.
And an entire hallway.
Yeah.
It's fine, there's apples in there now. So you guys all tuck in.
I make a point of not telling anybody else about this either.
Yeah.
Like,
Get a long
we're not
rest.
tell-
Oh my god. Go ahead and hit that long rest button, everybody.
Oh my
I
god.
will.
Thank you.
By the following morning, when you wake up, you notice Leaf is now inside. Someone else appears to have taken his cart. He's just talking to Lynax, who is also awoken from his slumber. Still looking pretty rough. The gouge on his face kind of going up from one side of the cheek up to the eye. Bandaged, but still smiling. Ilsevere is still asleep, but he appears better. The wounds have begun to... There's still chunks missing and like fairly deep wounds, but between his healing, your healing, and the rest, he's coming out.
And I'm
He's
aware he
gonna
has
need...
the god of death watching over him.
Yeah, he's gonna need like some bedtime, like some downtime. Pretty much all of these guys are out of commission for the foreseeable.
It's fine.
But they are eating, they are comfortable, seemingly safe. As you awaken, Leaf kind of notices and says, "Well, we found our way where we're going. Small, very old white trail that's north of the canyon. Sure,
Interesting.
as of yet, seemed to better."
Yeah, better than we were going right back towards Turso, where we would surely be captured, tortured, and killed. I definitely
gonna get
can't
some sleep.
be going back there.
He
You just got
goes,
back in.
"Yeah,
Oh my goodness, yes.
6 hours."
Thank you. I pat him on the shoulder. Does he have some wounds?
Yeah. He has, like, the large bruise that's currently bandaged on his side from where the weapon hit. And you see, like, he still has his armor kind of loosely on. Not completely. But there's, like, a large dent. Like, a number of broken, like, it's chainmail, so there wouldn't be a dent. But, like, you can see that straight up has been pierced through by some kind of very heavy object hitting it.
I'm gonna just put my hand, like, there and put 5 points of lay on hands into him. A little bit of pain relief for you. Go get some rest. Also, can I have my shield back, please?
Yeah, sure thing.
I go and grab it off of his back for him.
It. Yeah, like.
Oh, it's okay. I got it. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fuck. And he just goes and lays down and sleep as soon as his head hits the cushion.
Cool.
As Stanislav does that, I want to walk up to him.
Go ahead.
Stanislav, that's the thing that you do with your hands. I don't know if it can help, but when we were in that chamber with all that gas, I think it fucked me up a little bit, and I still haven't quite recovered. Can you fix that?
I mean, yeah.
Poison
That's
goes
something that
away
I can
after a
do.
long rest. Could be wrong.
I'm still poisoned according to D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I can. That's no problem. Yeah, so I'll, wherever you got hit with the. No, because I'll just put your hand on shoulder. And 5 points can remove poisoned.
Yep. All right, so you are no longer poisoned, my friend. You are
Cool.
sitting pretty. All right, so the following morning, like I said, everyone's kind of up and about. They're taking turns driving. They're sent a couple scouts ahead, some of the less wounded. There's a couple of them that managed to at least get their armor back on, handle their weapons enough to go scout ahead, and they kind of have that all handled.
Nice.
Which leaves the rest of this area to explore. How would we like to start our morning?
I grabbed some food.
Yep. Otten
Can't
has
say
a
that.
bite to eat.
It's been 8 hours.
It has been 8 hours, yes.
What has been 8 hours?
Come here. Come here.
Yes, Daddy. Let's take a walk, bud.
I've suit up and.
And
Go
yeah,
over
we're
the
gonna go
fence.
ahead. We're gonna go head down and check this. Check this room.
Okay. Oh god, you guys absolutely fucked up my shit. Okay, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna drag you guys down to the dungeon.
That was.
See the dungeon? There you go. So you are at this door currently. Like I said, it is a metal door, this time with a window with some bars in it, and it is also locked. How would you like to proceed? You hear no commotion or voices from the inside. You do hear a gentle snoring.
Remember, I'm not an expert, and I picked the lock.
I mean,
Go
you
ahead and
opened it
roll.
last time.
Yep,
Better
go
than
ahead and
me.
roll me a the dexterity.
I'm just
and lock
again.
controls.
There's no button for specifically lockpick check, so
Yeah, just
that's a 15.
Ooh. Okay, not quite enough at the door. You've tried and you've kind of mimicking the same thing you were doing on the last one, and there's just a slight difference in the design of the lock, and you're unable to open it as of yet. This might
Oh,
take
well.
some work.
Would you like some magical assistance there, my friend?
I mean, if by magical you mean your shoulder to the door, then yes.
I could try that, or I mean, I could make you be better at that.
That works too. Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability. Where is it? Cat's Grace
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll again.
with advantage, or is that canceling out the disadvantage for trying again?
No, with advantage. I mean, it's a lock. As long as you're willing to spend time doing it, as you don't roll terribly, you can sit here and work away at this.
Ignore that temp HP.
I figured. So go ahead and roll me another dex plus your proficiency, and yeah. Otten.
Oh, sorry, Dex and proficiency. What rolls this?
Avec advantage.
Yeah, plus 7 again with advantage.
That's 18.
Hey, that is
Damn.
actually enough. This door is not as heavily locked as the previous one.
Okay.
This time you
Ooh.
once again managed to get the lock in, and it's tricky. And you kind of feel the magic working its magic on you, and you're like, okay, this has got to be it. Twist, and once again the door just opens inward.
You also
Actually,
generally
let's
just
bring it
feel
back.
more nimble.
Yeah.
And for the next hour, you take
feel-
no fall damage from 20 feet or lower.
You feel very agile right now. And as you enter, the torches begin to glow a little brighter as the door opens. And like I said, hallway with a door at the end, and the hall turns to the left.
All right, let's go.
Should we hear snoring?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the snoring.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go. Let's head
There's-
towards the store.
There was a person in here?
Oh, by the way, are there apples on the floor?
Yeah, the apples straight up, you threw them through, and they rolled to this door and just stopped. And there's still all this hallway to go.
Can we see through that door? Or is it just a solid door?
This one, no. This one is wood and steel. It's like a wooden door reinforced with steel. This one you can see through. It is straight up just bars. And I guess they actually currently stand ajar.
Just out of curiosity, I want to see if I can jiggle that door open.
It's locked.
We'll come back to this.
Yeah, you do see a number of prison cells, dungeon cells, just wooden walls with steel bar, or like wooden walls, steel bars making the doors up, lining this entire section of the room, and you hear the snoring kind of coming from the back. You guys haven't made a lot of noise yet. Doesn't seem to know that you're there. However, Auten, with your passive perception being as high as it is, you're high and you're able to spot this enchantment quite easily. As you approach, you see the steel. Every now and again, there's like a slight flicker of electricity that kind of runs through them.
How high does his perception need to be to catch that? Because I have a 16 in passive perception.
I have an 18.
He has an 18, which is just enough.
And do I know what this enchantment does?
This is, as best you can tell, these cells have been magically electrified.
Right. Okay.
You're not sure. You can roll me an Arcana check. You're not sure the exact level of the enchantment. You just notice
Not
the
necessarily what
flickering
it
of
does.
energy.
15.
15. Okay. Best you can tell, this is designed to shock anyone who touches it without the proper either key, password, or passcode, whatever it may be. Somehow someone has enchanted these to be electrified. You're not sure the gravity of the shock that would follow, but you can gather just by the look of them that touching these bars would probably do some substantial harm to the person who does so.
Hey, Stanislav, have you ever... never mind.
Have I ever what?
No, I was gonna say something, and it would have been funny, but it would have been very mean. I was going to ask if you've ever, like, licked a pole, and it was cold, and your tongue got stuck to it.
No, I've lived in desert my whole life.
Okay, well, here's the thing. That pole, yeah, just don't lick it. It will kill you.
Okay, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, no problem. My pleasure.
Slightly confused.
Um,
So how do we get in?
The door's open. To this particular, like this door here. Right there is currently ajar. All the cell doors are closed, but
Yeah.
the door into the cells is open.
Alright, well I'm gonna start walking in then.
And our mystery man.
Yeah.
Or woman.
You notice the snoring has stopped, but no one has said anything.
it's been 8 hours.
Hello?
We're back.
No
I'm just
answer.
going through.
How far in
looking
are you
through-
going?
All the way. Till I see someone.
The first two sets of cells are empty, and then in the back right, you see a figure kind of lying in a bed, blankets pretty much up to the back of their head, covering most of themselves, facing the wall away from you. Breathing, seemingly conscious, but not interacting with you.
We're not here to hurt you.
You hear a snicker.
We're trying to kill the people that own this cart.
I mean, we did kill the people that owned this cart, technically.
I mean, sort of.
That also doesn't necessarily mean we're not here to hurt this person. You don't know this person.
He laughs, and this time, at this point, he just turns. If only you knew. And you recognize. I'm sorry, that's not his voice. If only you knew. And you see the face of Ikesh, your former master, in this cell.
I mean, you don't own the cart anymore, and the people who did are dead, so...
Take
we
a step
still
closer to the
technically
cell.
killed people.
Oh, you did. It's the killing. It's this card. He just left.
Ah, okay. So then he relinquished ownership. So we own the cart.
I
Guess
feel
we
like
didn't
that
kill
is
him.
more accurate.
Yes, okay. I
Detection of
mean,
defense.
I do appreciate specificity.
I kind of push Aten out of the way. Why are you in here?
Well, quite funny, actually.
Actually, I find it pretty fucking hilarious too.
Right. So, my friend. Let's just say he is a very high-ranking member of the Imperium, and such members are given means to escape. That means only covers one. So we had thought to cast something on, to disguise me as some low prisoner, as there was no way for me to escape out of this. Right after I'd been rescued and escaped. Unfortunately,
I waited 8 hours!
such things only last so long.
Just a
I had-
smile, like an
I had-
incredulous grin has started to come across Stanislav's face.
I had perhaps been betting on the fact that, individuals such as yourself might be more merciful and let an innocent man out of it. That was not the case. So now I'm here, left looking, frankly, rather stupid.
What are the walls made out of again?
All wood except for the bars, which are steel.
Okay. And he's
But
remind
like,
me he's not,
these look
he's
like
not
wood
been to the
walls,
wall,
but
is he?
the bars essentially go like from one end of the room to the other. There's no wood there. The intersection is just divided by wood.
Okay.
No, he's not pinned. He's just sitting in the bed. You get the feeling he knows to avoid the bars. Let's just say my little bit. And now I find myself at your mercy. It's funny how things go, isn't it?
It's very funny.
One question.
I like lunge towards the door for a second, remember it's electrocuted and stop.
One question.
I'll make you one quick deal before you make a question. It's a very simple deal. I don't think my compatriots will object. Every question you ask is a finger.
Yep.
I'm okay with this.
He sits back. He's like, well, good luck getting in, my friend.
Oh, we don't need to get in. You don't need food. When the fuck was that established?
No, you figure I'm incapable of...
I mean, obviously you're in a cage. Or
He
you would
reaches
be
over
out.
and pulls up a bag. I'm not unable to undo them, but I did not. And he reaches into a satchel and just reaches his whole arm into it, pulls out.
I want to
an
look.
apple
Is there a? I want to actually. Never mind that. Stan. How close are we?
He has a bag of holding.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he could have infinite food in there.
he's well dressed. Like he is immaculately dressed. He
I want
does
that
not look
bag.
like a prisoner at all at this point
Stan-
because the
Stanislav.
seeming spell, which only lasts 8 fucking hours, wore off. That was that one
Sup?
little thing. My whole plan.
I love you, Mike.
Yeah,
I
that was
appreciate that.
beautiful.
Would you do me a favor? Would you evacuate everyone to the lobby area?
Before we do anything rash, I have one question. And since you're going to kill me anyway, I'm not really in need of my fingers.
Oh no, I'm
am I?
not going to kill you.
Yeah, that's my job.
No, well, I mean, maybe that's up to you.
Would
but
you really
are
stand in the
kidding?
way of your friends and their vengeance?
Yes.
Oh, I've waited plenty of time. I think I can wait a
As
little
you
bit longer.
are a foolish man. I've seen what this one. Oh,
I think we both waited long enough.
my question is this. How much do these secrets contain? It's, fine above mean to you. More importantly, how much do your lives mean to you? How far
That's two
would you to risk them
questions,
to
two
search?
fingers, and the answer is none. Please evacuate the lobby. Tell everyone I'll be right up with you, but please tell everyone to go to the lobby. And then, Toren, you remember where the gas trigger is, right? I want to run a little experiment. I wonder if it comes down this far.
It doesn't.
Well then, why would I believe you?
I've spent much time in this camp. Again, I only find myself here because I was not given means to escape.
Okay, I still want to try.
Be my
Forgive
guest. Waste your time.
Forgive me, my fun.
All right,
If it-
I like this plan.
But enough, I failed to see what stake you have in this, my friend. I'm interested nonetheless.
Oh, none. I just really, really enjoy fucking with rich people.
Fair enough. But I'll be waiting. And he just sits back, puts his hand behind his head, kind of just keeps chewing his apple with his free hand.
Spit on the ground in his cell as I walk away.
As it passes through the bars, it just gets evaporated by lightning.
I can't touch it with lockpicks, eh?
Nope.
Or if I did, it would shock me. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're touching it with metal. It's especially conductive.
Gotta get the rubber lockpicks.
Yeah, you gotta get those those rubber ones.
Yeah, they totally exist. Okay, I'm gonna go do what Auden told me to do. Alright, everybody, there's some shit about to go down. We need to just go back to the lobby. Please and thank you.
It's gonna get crowded, but oh well. I do want to see if the gas comes. So once everyone's out, I'll actually trigger the gas and head back down.
Okay. You trigger the gas, and as it passes, you expect it. You're kind of waiting at the door, seeing if it's going to begin trickling down. Similar thing. It does not pass the door as it
I
does
take out my
into the
water
lobby.
skin. I stick my hand out. I let it fill with gas. I clog it, pull it back, and open. Just for a second. Did any of the gas come through?
No.
Ooh.
It's pretty hard to trap gas in a water skin.
Okay, time for the next kind of miniature test. I walk back through, pull out an arrow, and I shoot it into the cell that he's in. Does it go through? Does it get blocked?
Oh, yeah. Are you aiming it at him in particular, or just trying
No,
to
I'm just
shoot it
aiming.
through
I
the-
just want to know if it
Okay.
gets through.
Doesn't really matter. As you shoot it through the gap, once again, the arrow just gets incinerated instantaneously.
Gotcha.
This is a powerful enchantment shit.
Very. You're dealing with a very powerful wizard who probably would have killed you if there wasn't an army backing you up.
Fair. Best play here. I mean, look for keys, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave him alone.
Oh, while we're in the lobby, I'm just gonna ask, is anybody here able to disarm enchantments, perhaps? We're trying to get somebody out of the cell, but it is heavily protected.
You look around and there's nothing but soldiers here. The Hushroots generally don't have a lot of casters in their midst. Maybe a couple druids back at camp to help with healing, and some
They wouldn't
rangers.
come with.
No one that has the capability to dispel magic on this level.
That is alright.
What do you want to do?
Anyways, back to...
Yeah, I'm probably gonna just wait for the gas to disperse and then check around for some keys.
You have to physically trigger, hit the button to make the gas disperse on the table. And yeah. Boop.
Yeah, I
And
head
once
up.
again, you see it begin to dissipate as it just seemingly vanishes into the ether beyond the walls.
Well, it doesn't go down there.
So that's the good news. In a way, it lets us know. But someone should keep an eye on them. I'm gonna check around for a set of keys. If there's no keys, that doesn't mean there's no way that we can handle the situation.
I mean, if you figured
keep
out,
an eye on our guest.
and if you figured out how to turn the gas off, perhaps you can also figure out how to turn that electricity off. Maybe it's as easy as another button.
I doubt it, but you know what? Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Actually, ironically, I think I might be wrong. Yeah, so I'm going to look around for keys and potentially like a control room or something.
Roll me an investigatory check now. An investigation check, please.
Can I assist you?
Sure. How are you assisting him?
Just also like looking around, pointing out things that may be hidden. Like if he looks like he's on a path, I'm gonna go look on that path as well with him, because he's obviously better at this than me.
Go
I'm
ahead
gonna
and roll
follow
with
his lead,
advantage.
but help like that.
Sure. And Toren, you're keeping an eye on your buddy while they're off looking.
Yeah.
21.
So as soon as they leave the room, Toren,
Oh,
he
nice.
kind of steps forward a little bit more. I'm not going to say I'm sorry for it, because I'm not. But I can promise you I'm worth more.
You've already taken my life twice. Your words mean nothing to me.
That may be in your downfall. But have it your way. If you change your mind, like I said, I'm not going.
I've been known to be pretty stubborn.
I remember. You were a tough one to break. Your shiny friend, not so much. He was made for this. You are not. I get the feeling you are smarter than he is. And I tell you I'm worth more to you alive. Wiser. I don't know. Either way.
That may be the case, but we'll be the judge of that.
And if you kill me and then one of your friends dies because you're not paying attention, you're not aware of the hazards that await before you, what then?
I step a little closer. I've lost enough friends. I will make sure that never happens again. And I just look down at the tattoo on my arm.
Yes, I noticed you weren't with your other friend in the arena. Tell me what happened to the Josers. Did he meet his end as I knew he would?
It's not worth my time to tell you that.
We have nothing but time. Believe me, it will take your friends a very long to achieve their goals. We're gonna snap back over with a 21 investigation. You look around down here, and you do open this door. You get to that door, which is still locked. BT Dubs.
Yep.
Doesn't appear to be any keys anywhere in this vicinity. Possibly within that room, but you're not sure.
Okay.
He's fond of keys, this guy.
So I'm gonna need another set of keys. Is that what you're telling me?
You're gonna need a lockpick to try.
Oh, then yes, I will lockpick.
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
door
text
is
you.
not electrified. It's just the
And it
cells.
hasn't even been close to an hour yet, has it?
No, not even. Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
so you
minutes.
still have advantage.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn it. That's a 14.
Not quite. You're really close.
Is it a
but
magical door?
And you're at it's not a magical lock. It's just simple. It's a
is the
mundane door.
Could it, okay, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Stanny, would you do the honors?
Yeah, all right.
Are we checking for check? No, we're not checking for check. Okay.
It doesn't matter. I just bounce off anyways. I rolled
Yeah.
a 2.
Yeah, you
Plus
try to
10,
break the
plus
door
8.
down. You run your shoulder into it in the reinforced steel. Go ahead and roll me a d6. Actually, d4. D4.
Okay, I was using my shield as well, so
Yeah, it's still your
Blood-
shield is solid
bludgeoning.
metal,
Yeah.
and then you
Yep.
rammed into that.
Uh,
So
Yep.
take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as
Fuck.
you expect the door to give, and you really put your shoulder into it. And as you do, you just crank your head on the edge of the shield, and the door does not budge.
Fuck.
There's a little dent in it now, and some of the metal.
I'm
has
gonna
some-
try again. I'm not very smart.
Go ahead, give her.
left shoulder this time.
Still no luck. You're hitting the door. You're just not managing to break those steel reinforcements.
Thing's fucking solid.
I don't have a good way into this room without breaking it down. God damn it!
I have one more idea. Hold on.
I'm gonna double. I will. No, I didn't check for traps. I'm just gonna say I didn't check for them. Yeah, you do your thing. Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my racial ability to cast Branding Smite, and I'm gonna punch the door.
Hey,
Cast
go
Branding
ahead.
Smite on my fist.
Roll me an attack.
An unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack, yeah. The low DC. It's a door.
Natural 20.
It's gonna be enough. Roll your damage just for
Door
just for funsies.
explodes.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much.
It's so 6 doubled, I would assume. But no, that's just 6 bludgeoning damage because that's just the base
Your
amount.
damage didn't come through on roll 20.
No, because it's an unarmed strike is a 6 damage all the time. There's no dice. But then
That's a flat
2d6
one, but so it would up to 2.
2d6.
Well, no, melee damage is a flat one unless you have a
Plus your
modifier.
strength. It's 1
So
plus
that
your
one-
strength.
That 1 would become 2. So instead of flat 6, it would
Oh,
be
so
7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 plus, and then what's branding?
And then the 2d6, yes.
Yeah. But you're
Is
also
that
crit.
2d6? Yeah. So 10, 12 more damage.
Yeah, that's
7 plus
easily
12 is 19, yeah.
You ram the door twice, seemingly having no luck, and you just like, and you just like bring it back, and you see your fist just begin to glow with radiant energy, and you, bam, and the door just explodes inwards, flying off its hinges. 2 halves of the door just crumbling.
Essentially
to
a
the ground.
Kamehameha.
Yeah, they break to and fall on the ground within.
Yeah.
And you see in front of you a fairly well lit, this time by chandeliers as opposed to torches, with many, many candles, none of which seem to be dripping wax downward. It's very peculiar. What appears to be a large kind of operating table, and 2 chairs in the corner that have bindings on the armrests and are rather stained with blood and possibly other bodily fluids.
Okay, so all we found is a torture room. Is there any keys in here? Anything or
Roll me another investigation check since you're in a new space.
I'm gonna
unlocking mechanisms?
I'm gonna look as well. I'll just roll myself this time.
Okay. Well, my first roll's a 22, so
Okay.
take away the advantage, but 22.
Does not appear to be any triggers or any keys within. You do find a number of kind of like rudimentary pages that appear to be research of some kind. You're not familiar with it. But it appears to be some kind of like either ritual or like some kind of scientific procedure that they've been trying to do in this space. Basically detailing the ways to disassemble and reassemble bodies or pieces of things.
That'll be useful to somebody, but I'm just gonna leave it and
Fortunately,
check.
Stanislav does not notice this.
No, I'm too busy looking at the chandeliers.
Yeah,
Why are
like,
you
ooh,
but it looks
dripping
like
wax? What the
It looks
fuck?
like everything else around here are cells, eh? Like I'm assuming at least.
This is a dungeon basement, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And you gather, I mean, you're pretty smart, that they locked this guy in there, and the means to get him out are not going to be easy, because they intended if he is to get stuck, he'd rather be stuck in there away from you.
No, I respect that. I mean, I'll check all the cells. We'll go through the process of breaking them all down if we fucking have to. But
And they're all electrified or just his?
All closed and electrified.
except for that one, okay.
Oh, they're all empty, so they'd be open, but there's nothing in there short of essentially a wooden bed with some hay and some stained rags to use as blankets. You find nothing of value.
Is every single part of the bars, including in between each cell, electrified, or just the doors?
Anything that, like, the bars essentially go from one end of the room to the other, and then the inner walls are just wood. There is no section facing you guys that is not steel. You can't reach
Okay.
the wood.
But each of them are still closed and locked, right?
Yeah.
Like,
The ones that are empty are open completely, not
what if we
electrified.
tried to break through the side into his cell?
Also reinforced with steel, which is electric.
I wouldn't know that if it's covered in wood.
That's true. I mean, you can see the steel running along it.
Oh,
Like, it's
Okay.
literally
Hey.
reinforced with metal.
I take it you guys are out of that room and back to the cells now.
I would have come out to look at them again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before they come out, I want to try something.
Okay.
Toren would have been pacing back and forth, and then he'd look at Ekash. Just let's say I want to give you a moment. Tell me, why are you worth more to us alive? And I want to cast Charm Person on him.
What's the save against that?
Wisdom save 14.
He fails it. Or he has to be honest with you more, or he views you as a friend.
He views me as a friend.
Well, my friend, let's just say I would hate to see you come to harm. We've known each other so long now. And there are many things in this abode that could cause harm to you. Or your friends, who I admittedly care less about.
I mean, there was a slip up.
There have been several I can hear.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on.
Well, if you'd like to continue investigate without reaching further issues, I can help.
Well,
And all I ask, that if I help you, you set me free.
And how exactly do we go about getting you out of here?
That is the issue.
I take it you were put in here and not given a way out?
Let's just say I contain, or I hold the own keys to my escape. You give me your word? Perhaps you seek to bring down the Imperium, I can help you do so.
I run upstairs. I grab all the carpet I can find. Time for another experiment.
Okay, well, that conversation is happening. Go ahead. Yeah, there's so much carpet.
Sorry, I
They're
didn't
nice,
mean to
there's
interrupt.
nice
Just
throw-
my,
Oh, that was
my
beautiful.
brain went off.
Yeah,
Okay,
I saw the light bulb.
TLDR. I take carpet, all of it, break it down.
I'm just
put it in. Yeah. I'm literally using all of my speed. I run in and I'm like, first off, you need to tell me later how many questions he asked. That's going to be very important.
You start like
Second off-
pulling the carpets out from under people too, as you do.
Yeah, I'm like, sorry guys, like I need this. It's not an emergency per se, but like, I need this shit. And I bring all this carpet. Oh, first I check and make sure it's flammable. Like I'll make sure I can actually light it on fire.
Takes a bit to get it going, but
Sure,
it is
beautiful. That's
feasible.
Excellent. It
Yeah.
works. I come back and I'm like, I come into the room and I want to seal all of the exits,
Okay.
like all of the holes. I'm going to be like, okay, so that the only thing in this room other than Ikesh and us, like it's it, and it's an airtight room. And I'm like, that is an electrifyingly amazing. And I light the carpets, this just giant mound of carpets. I'm like, but I am curious right now if air still gets through, because if that's the case, and like smoke's billowing, I'm like, this is a lot of very dense smoke. And I very, very much doubt your ability to hold your breath that long.
Looks over to Toren. Well, my friend, guess my fate is in your hands. Is really how you want to see it go? Figured at very least if you were all to kill me, you would do it with you. So this is quite ingenious. I'm ready to meet my fate.
Your first mistake was assuming you ever had value to anyone.
What do you mean, Toren? His fate's in your hands?
We're friends.
He just looks over and kind of smiles at you awkwardly.
I
All
tried
right.
something and we're friends.
All right.
I just asked him nicely.
Believe me or not, I am trying to help.
He says he holds the keys to his own escape.
Fucking of course.
I mean, I point at the carpet. I'm
The
I'm
carpets are beginning to smolder.
Yeah,
They
I wanna
haven't
watch-
caught yet, but they're slowly like beginning to the embers have begun to spread and a fire is beginning to form and smoke.
Yeah,
is
and
beginning to
but
billow.
like just for my clarity here,
these are indeed, like, the smoke is going into his cell, though, yes?
Yep. It's filling the whole room. It's getting harder to breathe for all of you.
I've started to hold my breath now.
I mean, here's the thing. I can put this out. I've gotten involved in your vengeance plot, but I really would rather not have a being with magical things alive right now. But I'll leave. You guys can do your thing. Yeah, and I head out. I'm gonna close the door, and I'm just gonna let the smoke do its work, and we'll see what happens.
Toren, should we put it out?
He's just sitting there, smiling, looking at Toren.
What if he is right?
I don't fucking trust him.
I don't either.
Why? Have I ever proven myself to be untrustworthy to ever you? I did exactly what I said I would do.
I put the fire out.
A time or two, yes.
I trained you as a gladiator. I fed you the clothes.
Kept me as a slave with the intention of having me die in battle.
And have you ever done anything to avoid such yourself? I saw you in the arena that day. You slaughtered your own kin. The very people you grew up in chains with. You put them to the sword as if it were king.
I hear this.
I've seen what you do to these people. I gave them mercy.
My friend, look at your horns. Bred for this. Killer. I just made you better at it. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have those powers that you wield. So come. I put you on your path to glory. And you would have me right here in this basement. When I alone hold the key to ensure that you all survive your explorations in this place. I think that's wise.
I've been having this conversation with him as I'm using my shield to, like, smother the fire, by the way.
There's a bunch of carpets on fire. It's gonna take more than a shield. How are you putting out this active flame that has took? He set a pile of carpets on fire. Some of them are fur, which burns. It smells very bad when it burns.
I'm gonna go find.
I'm gonna be using thaumaturgy to dim the flames, because I can do that, as well as patting them out.
Okay. You're working on it. There's still a ton of smoke. And you've been talking. So,
I know.
I need everyone to roll me constitution checks. That is still down here, including my guy.
I'm off finding
Rob, you get a
Stanislav's
plus.
brother, whose name
You
I
get a
can't
plus
remember.
4.
Another 19. He's fine.
Stanislav, do we want him alive?
This place has almost killed us before. I don't know. I don't want him to die like this, though.
I'm gonna try something else. I want to try to misty step into that cell.
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't.
Oh, I would have loved
I'm
that.
thinking way too far ahead here.
Actually, don't know what would happen there.
I agree.
I'm continuing to try and put the fire out.
Yeah, you're successfully doing so. There's still smoke billowing into this room. So, Toren, having rolled a 9, you are beginning to just cough.
Plus 4, because of my aura of protection.
So still only 13. You're beginning to cough and hack. It is getting hard to breathe down here. You're going to need to make a decision and make it quickly. Even with the carpets going out, there's still smoke billowing off of them. They're still smoldering.
And you can start by opening the door and letting the smoke.
Toren, get out.
You're-
We'll deal with this shithead later.
You're gonna die in here. If we can let this room fill out of smoke, we can walk out of here. It's no sweat off our backs.
No, but when you continue further in and die there, will be sweat off your backs. More likely skin.
I mean,
Toren, we did almost die to this place. He has a point. I hate to fucking say it.
you're
On that
right.
table back up there, we almost both died. Listen, there you go.
I begin assisting putting the carpets out.
You managed to do so. It's still quite smoky down here, but the smoke has begun to
I'm gonna,
billow
like,
out
start-
and actually gone out through the top door into the room with the map table. It seems like only the gas is prevented from passing that threshold.
I wanted to kick it all into the torture room and shut that door.
Sure. Yeah, you know, it's mostly gone out at this point.
Yeah.
Good. Now we find
Yeah.
ourselves on a position of equal footing. And Otten, you said you were looking for someone before. Sorry.
Yeah, Stanny's brother.
Ilsevere. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, so real quick.
What?
Your
What is it you
brothers-
want, my friend?
It's the name Elsevier, I'm assuming that means things to you. No? Okay. Long story short, own Toren and Stanislav, I believe. Downstairs in a cell in negotiations with those two. No idea how it's going to work out, but I did promise for every question he asked, I cut off a finger. And at this point, I'm like confident he's exceeded that, so I don't really care what goes on in their negotiations. He's losing every finger the second he gets out of that cell. I just thought I'd let you know about these developments.
So, let me understand this clearly. You are going to maim a man who is under, was your prisoner with no weapons or anything. You're going to start torturing him.
Or
then?
he asked me any questions the very first thing when he started negotiating. I told him very clearly, for every question a finger. He's exceeded that by this point. I'm like,
Well, I have to be
90%
honest with you, I'm
confident.
not all that keen on dismemberment and torture. But if that's your thing, you go right ahead, I guess. Maybe to run it by my brother. If Stanislav has anything to say about that.
I mean, fair. I just thought you might want to know, given that the fact that they're negotiating.
I would honestly just like to get some sleep.
It's been 8 hours. Sorry, I thought you were done. Goodbye.
Did you get
Leave.
6 arrows into your back?
I
No,
look at the
so
two
don't tell
balls.
me how long it's been since I fell asleep.
I
Thank
look at
you.
the two massive
He just rolls
magic
over.
holes.
He just rolls over and goes to sleep. He's not a PC, okay? He's an NPC.
I get that.
He needs more time to recover.
Alright, back down.
Yeah, you
I
find
will
him
wait outside the
I'm gonna-
door.
Yeah,
deep in negotiations, and the smoke has begun to dissipate.
we need to talk without him around, Thorn. Come on, let's go. I don't think I need to tell you this, but don't go anywhere.
Very funny. Sorry, I went to Elsevier for that. Very funny.
As I kind of half forcefully drag Torn out.
You just hear him kind of whistling a little tune to himself.
At this point, I'll have come downstairs.
Come back.
Alright. How are you two?
Not in a good place to talk to him right now. I didn't know that was him. That caught me off guard.
He
neither did
claims he holds the means for us to explore this place without us getting harmed.
I mean, we already know where the triggers are for the gas. We know where the spears are. We can eventually deactivate those. We don't have the keys for the whole place, but in time, I think we can work around that. I'm not horribly concerned. You two almost died because we were in the middle of a combat where we weren't actively trying to avoid traps in this area. And I was all the way over here, and you got out because we established that there was a limit. And now we even know the gas doesn't go downstairs. I don't think we need him specifically. He just makes things faster. And frankly, to me, he's not worth faster. But you have history with him, and I don't. And I'm also a little bit on, like, after combat adrenaline, and so maybe I'm not making the clearest choices.
I want him dead as much as anybody else.
That makes two of us.
We can't get at him.
I mean,
If he's gonna die, it's gonna be from my sword. Or Thorn's sword.
why?
It's what he deserves. I don't need you to understand it, I just need you to accept
That's
it.
fine. That's fine.
So
But
what
I
do we
can't
do?
I can't go
Just-
back in there and talk to him right now. I need some more time. I'm gonna like walk back out and just go hang out with Elsevier.
Well, I have him under my sway. He thinks he's a friend of mine.
How long is that gonna last?
I have no idea. I've never done this before.
Understood. Things like that very rarely. I mean, depending on the.
I'm going to assume not very
spells.
long.
Well, it depends. There are versions that can last for like 8 hours, but those are very specific compulsions. They're not like generalized compulsions. The more generalized catch-alls last for significantly less amounts of time. That all being said.
Those are a lot of large words, so let's just say a short amount of time.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. I understand why you want to kill him by your sword. I do. But what value does he have right now, genuinely? What does he provide?
I mean, he's claiming he knows how to get around it without triggering traps. That's pretty much it, I suppose. And he claims that he's worth much more to us alive. I mean, worst case scenario, we cut out his tongue, he's still alive. He can't do anything.
I don't know what your goals are long-term, Toren, honestly. You are just a very valuable, I was going to say human, but you're a very valuable living being who I think has a lot of potential overall. Same with Stanislav in his own way, but not in the way that I appreciate. Wonderful gladiator, terrible soldier. Maybe not terrible soldier, but doesn't have the same tactics I do, and we don't mesh.
He knows where to put the pointy end of a stick.
He really does. The key is, it's like dropping a tiger into like an arena. He'll destroy everything. The key is to like place him in the right spot and let him do his thing. Stanny Smash, I think, might be like a legitimate way of putting it.
To answer your question, we don't. The two of us, I mean, I can't speak for him, but I know we don't necessarily have too many long-term goals, with the exception of possibly murdering him for what he's done to us and finding our former friend's sister.
Well, see, I do, and he doesn't play into them. Whether or not he has value to his only value is to you. The only thing I get out of him is one less Magus rich person. And one less rich person is one less person I gotta deal with later. I want to make a home. That's my goal. I want to make a safe space. I want a place that I can protect. I want a place where I can bring in different people, different backgrounds. Fuck whatever that is. They can all survive. I want a place where if ever got invaded, the civilians would kill every soldier. I want a place where those who fall in battle and lose limbs and cannot keep limping on can have a place where they can train the next generation. They can take up that mantle. I want a place where honor is not dictated by the rivers of blood you've shed, despite your ability to do so. And his coffers are only getting in my way.
That was a pretty good speech.
I know. I've practiced it. I've been monologuing in my head ever since I left home.
So what do you say we get ourselves some fingers?
Let's get ourselves some fingers.
Stanislav comes right back in. I have an idea.
I'm excited, Stanislav. What are we smashing?
You are going to be fucking amazed at this, my friend. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, you've got me.
I may be able to find his key, where it is.
I have no idea how we're going to shove our fist up his asshole, but please, by all means, lead the way.
So I'm gonna walk down into the cell, and I'm gonna stand right in front of him, and I'm gonna cast Locate Object. If you look at the wording, alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. Key.
Okay.
You detect the key. It is
Where
5 feet
specifically
beyond.
is it?
5 feet beyond that cell wall.
On his person.
Actually, you know what? You wouldn't even be able to detect it, because it's not technically on his person.
Within 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how close it is if it's in a bag of holding.
Yeah, it's in a different dimension.
You detect no key.
Actually, I detect whatever the nearest key within 1,000 feet is,
Yeah,
even if it's literally any other key. So if that one's undetectable, then anyone else who has a key on them, I'd get a ping from.
Find a couple keys like upstairs.
Maybe
by
Linax has one on.
by the nightstands that you'd figure
Yeah.
would probably be
Yeah.
used for the nightstands, but
nothing important.
no, you find nothing
Shit.
of import.
Well, my idea didn't work. It was a good one, though.
I mean, I do appreciate the effort.
I walk back out because I'm still angry.
That's
But I'm not going to, leave. I'm going to just stand kind of outside where the cells are.
I want to pull Otten off to the side again.
Yeah.
He offered me, he told me if I offered him his word, he'd tell us what it is. And as much as I want to do that, I'm not giving my word to that man to throw my word away. That means way too much to me.
Toren, I've made him one promise already. You can make whatever deals you want. If this is your way of asking for a favor, have no fear. You won't get far.
Should I just tell him what he wants to hear?
I mean, there are other things. So, for example, people are very much, I'm happy to die. What would happen if we, instead of burning carpet, started burning, nightshade? It would be very, very uncomfortable.
I mean, clearly he was learning to let himself burn alive.
Oh no, he wasn't going to burn alive. It was going to be smoke inhalation. He would have, suffocated to death. It would have been painful, but it would have been over in, half an hour. Now, I've met very few people, however, who can stand days, and I do literally mean days, of very large amounts of uncomfort. What if, for example, we closed the room, made it airtight, and filled it with water? Not enough to drown him, but up to his waist, and made sure it was cold, frigid water, and then we drain it every, 2 or 3 days, enough to give him hypothermia, not enough to kill him, and just keep repeating different levels of torture. As a rule, people eventually break, and in my experience, people are happy to die martyrs. People aren't happy to live martyrs. There is a difference.
If we start doing that, how are we any different than him?
I'm not, I don't care. I have a question for you, and this is a thing that I am going to kind of bring to the forefront for a moment, and it's going to be rude and uncomfortable. You survived that last fight, right?
I mean, I'm standing here.
How many people died, do you think? Estimate. On either side, doesn't matter. I, with my own candid, killed at least 7 in that camp. I think it was 7, might have been 5. I killed maybe half a dozen in that camp before combat even started. I made a scenario where another half a dozen defected before the combat started, and then we slaughtered another, 10. What about our casualties? And what about the slaves?
Dozens, if not more.
Right. What do you think happens to those exact same slaves if we never showed up? What happens to them? Nothing. Instead of dying quickly, bloodily nonetheless, but all those slaves that died yesterday, I guess now, died in 20 minutes instead of 20 years. Sure, I'm no different than him.
For the record, I didn't say that.
I did. You said, how are we different? And I'm saying I'm no different. I have
Fair
no
enough.
qualms about doing a job. Because the question of do the ends justify the means are questions for more advanced and a more civil society. And until we have that, I don't care. slaves that die in combat, people that die in combat, get lucky in trying to maintain that ethical boundary. Well, that's how you end up with rich people in cells that hold more power than the people outside.
All right. You do it your way.
Yeah, what's up?
1 second, someone's yelling at me. What real?
Mhm.
Stanislav is just being kind of brooding over in the side.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Not listening to you.
I'm gonna walk back over to the cell.
Hello. Good to see you again. It took a minute. How are you?
Well, all things considered, I'm okay.
Good to hear. Have we come to a decision? It's rather cramped in here, and it smells like shit.
I mean, I want to help you. I do. But if you're not gonna help me help you, my little friend over there, he's gonna do things his way. Which are mildly unpleasant.
I'm sure. I wonder what stake does he? Why is he so anxious to see me die? I've done nothing to him.
He doesn't like, how did he put it, your kind.
That's fair.
People who live well above their means.
I can't argue. I do live very well. But these are the circumstances I was born into. Family has money, so I have money.
Yeah. It's a crime what you do with that money.
At this point,
Actually-
I'm actually
No, it's not. It's
You're
quite
right,
legal.
It's not. It's completely legal. You're living exactly within the realm of what you had and what you had access to. And in that same method, what I'm about to do, or what I'd like to do, is not illegal either. What I'm doing is not wrong. It's just good business.
What business is there? Being paid to kill me?
In a way.
Hmm.
No. Not really.
I don't
I'm not
think
being
so.
paid. I'm not being paid.
And what if I paid you to protect me? That is what your kind do. They contracts for money.
I take a moment and I begin unbuckling my armor.
Do you know what people like you contracting my family, my people, click, has done over the last, my entire life? Click. Slowly removing armor. Did you know I once sat in on one of those protection services you're talking about? I did a job where I watched everyone die, except for one of you, one of your kind, and two of mine. I watched as 2 pods die because you told us that we would have specific enemies. It turned out that we were wrong. You were wrong.
Well, this was not me, my friend. I had
Don't
nothing to
care.
do with it.
I've never once said I cared, have I?
That's fair. However,
When you're saying all of this, I very much have a problem with the fact that whilst you have money and you have means and you live with it, my people who live only to learn, whether that's in a combatal sense or not, they live to learn, they live to grow, they live to be better. And the people who actually could live, learn, and be better throw our lives away. And when we can't fight anymore, when we bash our heads against a wall to serve in combat, and all of a sudden we can't think clearly any longer. I know, that was poor wording.
I'm trying not
I
to
know.
break. No, it's the dog, because you're looking over
Yeah,
the
I
dog like
know,
you're
he's
Wilson
so
in Home
good,
Improvement.
and he's like
I fucking love it.
He just wants to be in the street.
Continue, sorry. That was killing me.
When when someone can't fight anymore, they instantly lose value despite the fact that they saved lives. And that. So.
That is the
That's
way of
what
your
working
people.
for you.
That is
No.
hardly anything to do with me. Your kin, they made themselves a warrior culture. That's what you did. Long before we ever had anything
You're
to
not
do
wrong.
with it.
You're absolutely not wrong. But when you say my people are warriors for hire, then you would pay me to protect you. My warrior people were warrior people long before your people came along. And yes,
That's what
they
you
serve.
think. Our people have been here since the beginning. There would be no humans on this continent if it weren't for us. Be just a bunch of elves in the forest scraping by a meager existence, thinking they have somehow rolled over the cosmos.
The elves. I don't know about the humans. I don't know about the tieflings. I don't know about any of that. I don't really care. I told you. I told you. I guess I didn't tell you. I had a conversation recently and I'm mixing up my people, but. And at this point, I'm going to take out a carpet, rip up a small amount, and I'm going to light it on fire. I want just enough smoke that it's uncomfortable, not enough to choke anybody. I'm going to light it. Like, not kill anybody. Like, obviously, like, it's gonna smoke up the room. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's
clearly is not much talking to you, my friend, and you're just standing there burning your thing. He's gonna turn back to Toren.
I'm talking while I'm going. I'm like, oh no, I mean, you can talk to Toren.
Oh, he straight up interrupts you
certainly not
mid-sentence and just continues. He's kind of done talking to you at this point.
I
He
appreciate
gets
that.
the sense that you are not. Oh! I hit the thing on my
Yeah,
chair to
no,
make me
you're
go
right.
down. That was fun. That was interesting. I just started sinking. Holy shit!
Got shorter.
He looks to Toren and Stanislav as he paces. If he can catch a glimpse of you each, he tries to get your attention as well.
I'm kind of standing like inside where the cells are, but over in the corner, just listening and observing.
Well, one final question then before we begin with the theatrics. You two. What would you give to sleep one night knowing that you are no longer hunted by the Imperium? What is it worth to you? Is it worth the life of one measly slaver? Freedom. True freedom. That is all I offer you. And all I want is the same in return. Kill me, that all goes out the window. You'll be hunted for the rest of your life. Spare me and I'll have the necessary paperwork drawn up by the morning. Hell, I'll have it done within the hour.
I look over to Stanislav.
True, you can spend the rest of your life on the run. It wouldn't be all that difficult for you. Things are only going to get harder from here. You have become a thorn in the side of the Imperium.
I'm pretty sure we've already started down that path.
Oh, my friend, you've stepped down a path you don't even begin to comprehend. It's not just the Imperium you have made enemies of. There are other groups, those that work in the shadows. And you have made enemies of many. So, what is it worth for you? Me to get one enemy off your back. For good. And that's where we're going to take our break for this afternoon. Or for this evening. Give you guys a chance to just think
I'm
on
going to
that.
adjust my camera on the thing too, because I am slightly off.
Ooh, that RP-do. Okay,
Yeah.
so everyone who has tuned by so far, thank you so much for coming by Hell's Court. Looking forward to it. Anyone who's interested, I am planning another one-shot that will take place in the middle of March, give or take a week or so. We're kind of aiming for that middle point, though. We will be continuing our Servants of the Shadow one-shots, where we will be trying to further the goals of the Evil Masters. We'll be joined by Hell's Court, Just JTB, our good friend Brooks, and we're looking for possibly one more to fill the table if Kashmir is not available. So, in the meantime, we're going to hit our break screen, take a quick 10 minutes, just focus up and figure out where this is going to go. This is This is incredible. I am so stoked on this. But yeah, we'll be back in just 10 minutes here, folks. Please do stick around. We love you. Thank you. We'll be back in a minute. What is up, folks? We're back. Hello. How is everybody? Thank you, Jenna, for swinging by. Appreciate you. We're going to dive right back in. We had to get some pretty tense roleplay going. They had discovered their former master, Ikesh, had trapped himself inside this essentially magically enchanted electrified prison cell that is seemingly impossible to access without the proper key. And has kind of used this seat of safety as a position of power from which to negotiate, originally offering to help them find safe passage as they explore the unknown halls of this magical enchanted carriage. However, at much prodding by Otten, it appears that deal was not quite sweet enough, so he chose instead to look you both, Toren and Stanislav, in the eye, ask you just how much you're willing to give in exchange for your freedom. And that's where we're gonna pick up. He's smiling at this point. He has a little bit of a smirk on his face. A little content with himself. I am a fair man, and I am honest, and I respect the word of the law. Any documents I draft will be respected as such. I can't promise you'll be forgiven. Crimes against the crown, but at the very least you will know until like.
I mean, look at me. Look at Stanislav. To the rest of the world, we already look like animals.
No, he looks like a golden statue descended from heaven.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Look at that. How long does your trap person
Stanislav
last, by the way?
Subconsciously flexes. It's just a thing he does.
Yeah, dude.
An
How long does turn person last? One hour?
Okay, so you're still good. Yeah. Still killing it.
Shit. Nope.
Again, you've made other enemies. I can't keep them away from you, but at very least, you will be free men. And you will die as such when the time. What does that mean?
I mean, you're standing in there, I'm standing out here. I'm a free man right now. As far as we're concerned, you're concerned, your life is in our hands.
Yeah, one way to think of it.
I mean, the three of us, none of us like the Imperium.
Let me let you in. Most of the people. But we all profit.
And I can tell you that I would rather die trying to burn the Imperium to the ground than live a full life being a free man from it. You can burn in hell. I walk out.
And you, my friend? We've had such adventures together, become so close. Or you would not throw that all away for nothing. Your chance, be smart.
I don't know if being a friend, we consider ourselves friends just yet, but
I like to think we're friends. It'd be right.
Stanislav, he means well and he speaks from the heart. He's not wrong, and we've made many enemies along the way.
I know he's not wrong, but I am but one humble lanista, training gladiators to fight in the arena. That is all I do. Is my only purpose.
See,
What harm does it do anybody? Turn to.
it does harm to a lot of people, actually.
Far less. The might of the humble man. I'm wealthy, yes, but I don't hold so much power as have any effect on the outcome of how things go here.
At the end of the day, one dead slaver will put a smile on many faces. And
When they come for you, night after night, when you cannot sleep for fear of the hounds at your heels, what then?
I've been on the run my entire life.
You haven't done
I
very
sleep.
well of it, my friend. How many times is this
Just-
now you've
just
fallen into
fine.
chains? 2, 3?
No one's counting.
Oh, I assure you, you're counting. But if I can assure you that never happened. Unless you do something very, very stupid. You can go, you can run, or you can cross the border. Get somewhere safe. So they cannot touch you. Or you can stay here and fight. Do so in secret without them hunting you every day.
See, your words, they're falling on deaf ears, my friend. I turn to Otten.
Shoot yourself.
Do your thing. Goodbye, old friend. And then I turn and I walk away.
He just sits there and crosses his leg and smiles. Pulls out a book from his bag of holding and just begins leafing through it.
I light one carpet. Toss it.
Shut the door on your way out.
You're just throwing bits of burning carpet into the room.
No, there. The pile. We didn't take the pile out. The pile's in
No,
the room.
it's
We
still-
just put it out.
Yeah.
I'm taking carpet. I'll just tear chunks, light it up. I'm just gonna let the smoke slowly accumulate. I'm just gonna sit on the floor.
Okay. And you're gonna leave?
Nope. I stay in the room as the smoke accumulates. I'm just gonna watch him. You know, it's nice. I gotta say, it's really nice being able to leave and take a quick break. Actually, real quick, hang on. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna open the door, leave, and I'm gonna let the smoke pick up a little bit, and then I come back in. And I sit on the floor.
How long do you go out for, out of curiosity?
Like 5 seconds. I'll go out for like a 10 count, and then I come back in and see if it is. Has he still in the room? Has he left?
Oh no, he's sitting there. But 10 seconds, it's enough for a round, I believe.
Yeah.
So he's going to. You come back in, and he has cast something at this point, and you see him sitting. Actually, 1 second. I think it takes. The spell rules. I should know these. Yeah. So he just sits there, and as you come back in after waiting 10 seconds, he's just reading from a page in the book that has begun to glow. It appears he's casting something. Not sure what, but it's taking him some time.
Well, if you could escape, you would have done it already.
I have time.
I know.
Doesn't look up. Just keeps reading.
Well, I was hoping for a little more dialogue, but
I like
You-
I like the
You're
the
not
rest
one
of
I
the
enjoy
carpet.
talking to, my friend.
no.
Send back in the ones with
Why would I do
reason
that?
to negotiate.
Here's the thing.
And I full on now pipe this so that it's beginning to get hard to breathe. I'm like,
It's been
It's really-
about a minute at this point as he finishes casting, and
Mhm.
a large, translucent, shimmering dome, about 10 feet in diameter, surrounds him. He just sits and he's like,
I smile, I stand up.
he just pulls out a pocket watch, taps it.
I actually like
It's back
I
in here.
genuinely smile. I'm like, and I leave. And I'm like,
I'm going to need water. As much water as we can get our hands on the minute we get back to camp. He's got a dome. I'd love to see what happens when it floods. It's hard to cast when you can't talk because your lungs are full of water. So he gets 8 hours. I get to play.
Somebody really hurt you when you were were young, didn't
We're made.
Stanislav is like back out with the others at this point.
Let's just say that we're made. I come from a clan of maid slayers for a very good reason.
What did he do?
Oh, what did they do, or?
No, what did he do?
Oh, he put up a dome. But the nice thing about the dome is it had requirements. You have to cast it, and again, it's really hard to concentrate on casting something for an entire minute when the sphere goes down and it's water. And I mean, he can do that for the rest of his life, but he has to like actively really be careful on his timing. And I'm not actually sure if he had his bag of holding in with him or not, but I don't think that's relevant.
He did. The dome encased the entire cell,
Okay.
or at least the back half of it.
And I mean, this guy doesn't want to sit in there his whole life.
What little
Wait,
I know of him,
hold on.
I don't think
Does
he
it go?
does.
Does that dome, just for the sake of curiosity, does that dome, does the hole come outside the cell?
No.
Okay.
The way
That was
the way he set it up, it is essentially curves between the two walls, leaving his whole back corner nice and smoke-free and dry, because water doesn't go through the dome.
Yep. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful.
But I sense a plan forming. So what are we gonna do to just execute this dude?
I mean, okay. For starters, I'm just
And
gonna let
you've
that-
left him alone at this point, right?
Well, we know he can't teleport out, or he would have done it in the 8 hours. So he can't go anywhere. He's just finding ways to keep himself going at this point.
Yep, more or less.
Okay.
So for now, it's real easy. We just keep that room full of smoke, and when we get back to camp, we know there's infinite water. So we just will eventually fill that room with infinite water and smoke.
Okay.
And I mean, I was willing to do the torture bit until I got what I wanted, but he wasn't willing to do the torture bit until I got what I wanted. So now he just dies. And
You guys
so-
really, like, I'm not gonna lie, you fucked the whole plan by waiting that 8 hours. You literally, for no reason, were like, fuck you, I'm gonna get some sleep. Come back in 8 hours, and
Here's
by
an
that
apple,
time,
you
this-
piece of shit.
Yeah,
I
the
mean-
spell had completely worn off. That was unintentionally brilliant on your part, and I hate you for it.
Yeah, but I don't want him to be able
like
to do
that one.
anything. So the smoke, that way, if the dome goes down, you can't. A minute of casting with that level of smoke, yeah, there's no
Yeah, he
fucking
can-
way.
You could just restart the ritual inside of it.
I know about that half of it. I don't have an incredibly good method of dealing with that yet. I'm still thinking about the logistics of it.
I love
But
it. He's just
I mean,
chilling.
he can just be kept in a smoke and water cell. Those food reserves are not infinite. They will eventually spoil. It's not a bag of colding, or well, it might be. We have no way of
You have
knowing.
no
But
idea.
even if it is a bag of colding, still not infinite. He'll starve there eventually. I don't care. I'm willing to wait.
I love it.
I'm if there's anyone with dispel magic, we just need it for the lock to get inside, and then we can go from there.
Nobody has it or access to it
No, that's fine.
at the moment.
What level spells do you have access to, by the way, Stanislav? Second. Okay, good to know. And I mean, how far are we away from the Hushroot
Okay.
camp?
Oh. So
I feel like that's not where we were going.
no.
Okay, well,
Not
how
even
far
where
are
we
we
We're
were
going
going
elsewhere.
So
Yeah.
you are bringing you over to this map here. You would see where the A on Tursa is. See that canyon that leads up just
Yep.
to the yeah. Okay, so you would
That's where we're
essentially be heading that way northward towards Southwatch.
Okay.
Or to this road, which would then you'd have to loop back around to get to around where the tip of this A is. So you're a ways from home base, and
Okay.
in uncharted territory. So that may prove to be an issue, in and of
I
itself.
mean, we got time. All those poker noses around.
Very careful.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna go check around and
because I actually have good active investigation and perception, so I want to check any areas that we haven't cleared yet.
That room that we came down here from, there was another door.
There was in the table room.
And while we're looking, I wouldn't mind looking for some armor, because as nice as Stanislav's clothes are, they're not exactly me. Nor do they offer any protection. I guess that's priority one.
Oh, here.
Two, they're
and
not.
I hand you, what was I wearing? Hang on 1 second. What was I wearing?
You have scale mail.
Yeah,
No.
I took it off. I took it off during the
interrogation discussion.
the interrogate chain shirt. Sorry. And I'm gonna hand it to you. It's a 13 AC plus 2, so it'll give you 15 AC as long as your deck. It's plus 2 if you have dex of plus 2.
And no stealth disadvantage either.
No stealth
That's
disadvantage. So I'm actually gonna hand you my old armor. Like for now, have it. And then for as long as you want to wear it, have it. I'm not going to be wearing that for quite a while, if ever.
I appreciate it.
I guess we can get to exploring.
Yeah, so I guess I'm looking, because there's another stairwell, isn't there? Because we went down one. There's another one though, isn't there?
Yeah, there was to the west side of the room. There was a door.
Yeah, I wanna check that out.
Okay.
So if you're gonna be looking for traps, I'm gonna cast detect magic and help.
Yep, good
with,
idea,
looking
actually.
for magical traps and/or hidden things that could be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So between the two of you and that, you detect the door is not trapped. It is wooden and it is locked. But doesn't appear to be as sturdy as the previous door, and the lock looks much more generic.
Do you want
And
to
you
take a crack at
definitely
this or
detect
me?
magic. You 100% detect magic on the other side of it. Does it tell you what kind of magic?
I
Or
don't
does it have
know.
to be
I think it tells you the school.
Detect magic.
penetrate
Presence
foot
of
stone,
magic.
1 inch of common metal?
And
Learn
you
school
learn
magic,
at
if
school,
any.
if any.
Okay. So I guess cold magic, so probably evocation.
Evocation, yeah.
Yeah, some necromancy does like cold, like chill touch. But no, that does necrotic damage, yet it's called chill touch, and it's a
Yeah.
ranged spell. I hate it.
But if it's
Continue.
evocation, that's generally a trap type of shit.
It's like fire, ice,
Yeah.
lightning. The elemental blasty blasts, more or
And-
less.
And can I detect where exactly it's coming from?
It emanates from most of the chamber beyond this door.
Most of the whole chamber.
Yes.
Oh
Some
shit.
kind of,
Okay.
Some kind of hallway setup.
All right. Well, there's some major shit behind this door. You could bust it open and then throw something down it, or pick it open and then throw something down
Yeah,
it.
first let's try to pick this thing open.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a, you know the drill. Dex and proficiency plus d20. We got this, brah.
So, 11.
Ooh,
Oof.
yeah, it was a DC 10, yeah, so you got it.
Oh.
It's just a wooden door. It's a very basic wooden door, you gather. The defense is what's behind it. You managed to pick the lock fairly easily. Open the door, and it's just an empty hallway. With your passive perception, you do see small, very small holes in the wall. Not big enough for a bolt or a dart. Similar to the gas. Not quite, though.
All right. Well, I can set it off from distance.
Sure.
I'm gonna grab a chair and yeet it down the hall.
Okay. So as soon as you do, you throw it and it bounces and rolls and slides along the floor, and you see it kind of descend when it hits a certain tile, triggering something, and you see as just what looks like concentrated ice and like mist just erupts from the wall, filling this entire hallway with frigid cold, and you feel it emanating even from where you're standing. You gather, had you been within, it would have caused a considerable amount of damage. However, the trap does not seem to stop, and this whole room is now just slowly encased in ice from wall to ceiling.
I'm gonna
You can
throw
still walk
another.
through it, but
I'm gonna throw another. Wait, the trap doesn't stop or does?
no, it just the walls have begun to freeze. It's just making this area inhospitably inhospitable, whatever.
Inhospitable.
Very fucking cold. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw another chair at that chair to try and get it off the tile.
Okay, roll me a dexterity check, please.
Can I
Or
use
strength.
athletics?
Yeah, go ahead. Athletics for the chair throw.
Natural 1.
Nothing happens. You throw the chair and it just
Completely
slides
miss.
along the ice. It is just an ice, frigid, cold hallway. You gather
Shit.
walking through it is probably gonna hurt. It's like walking through a hall that's being blasted with like not quite liquid nitrogen,
Oh god.
like cold dragon's breath. Not quite.
Well, there goes that whole way.
We just tried to avoid the trigger and walked through it safely, but I love
I mean,
it.
like, would I not? I guess if the trigger was mechanical, I wouldn't have seen it with detect magic. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, is this another case like the gas chamber where it's probably not going to dissipate until we deactivate it?
More than likely.
Hmm.
And even after you deactivate it, this hallway is now just an icebox. It's gonna it's gonna hurt a little bit going through it.
Sure.
Shit.
I mean, it's a smart way to know if exactly what it would do. I'll give you credit.
The analogy of just putting a tiger in a location is so fucking accurate. Oh no.
You're not
Okay,
wrong.
well, at risk of taking damage, I'm going to go in and try to figure out how to deactivate it and then wait it out before we go back in, I guess.
I mean,
Roll me an investigation check.
Just go take the chair off as you run in like.
I can
Well, no,
pour
but
it
it's
in
prob-
there.
28. Oh.
Yeah, you see it just goes forward and then turns to the left. That's all you can really make out.
Okay, so
Oh,
like I
natural
don't find
20.
out how to turn it off, yeah.
No, there's no, does not appear to be a trigger or something to turn it off from this side. You gather, like, the gas trap, the way to turn it off is beyond the trap.
Okay, well,
'Cause
I'm
this was
darting.
intended to be a defense.
Yeah, I'm darting in.
Full speed?
Yeah, I mean, I have 90 feet.
Yep, you go in. There is a closed door at the end. Roll me a constitution save.
Okay, beautiful. I can do that.
Perhaps I should have led.
But you still could not see it. Oh wait, hold on.
You
The
failed.
one
either
was
way.
better. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll 2d8. You take 10 points of cold damage as you enter.
that's not too
Just
bad.
being in the space, you feel it freezing you just from the get-go, like it's already sinking into the bone. You see the door closed at the end of the hallway.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pick it real quick.
Go ahead and roll me a check.
Is this like from end to end? The hallway is.
18.
Yeah.
Glare ice. Yep, that is enough. So you managed to pick the lock once again. Open up the door. No sweat. The lock's, again, the trap is meant to deal with any kind of intruders. They're not too concerned about the lock. That's high
Right.
enough anyway. You managed to get the door open, and inside is a nice, well-lit, fairly warm kind of library-looking space. I forgot to put it in, but there's like what appears to be like a secretary's desk in the middle. Forgot to add it to the...
I'm assuming that's warm enough in here that I'm no longer taking
Yeah,
it.
the trap, once again, ends at the end of the hallway.
So what do we see from our perspective of him?
You
Does
see
he like
him
disappear
run,
into
turn
this
to
frost?
the left, and just vanish in the mist and ice.
Okay.
Hard to see, but you see him turn left and go down the hallway and disappear.
I want to yell down to him.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
I'm just gonna yell back like it's.
Did you make it? I use thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times louder.
I just yell back. Save spot at the end.
I turn
Sorry.
to Stanislav.
Yep.
Do we do it?
Let's fucking do it.
We both run
Con
down.
saves from each of you.
Stay,
please.
stay close to me.
Constitution to resist the cold.
I put my hand on his shoulder as
Yeah.
we're running.
You get a +4 to your con save. 15 and 20.
You make it, both of you, barely with the 15.
Yeah.
You take half, so it's gonna be, because it's frigid fucking cold. Okay, so you take 4 because we round up from half, and you take 4 points of cold damage. As you walk through, you just feel it chilling you to the very
Sprint.
bone. Yeah,
Well,
you just
then-
run right through. It's a little
Penguin-
slippery, but yeah.
Penguin waddle run.
Just- yeah.
Have I ever seen a penguin?
gotcha.
Penguins exist?
Yeah, oh, of course. Well, it depends. If you've gone north to the Arctic, yes. I doubt it. I doubt you're familiar with penguins. Yeah, you've never walked on ice before, actually.
No, I
Yeah.
am deer,
Come to think
baby
it-
deer
I'm
here.
I'm just trying to full run through this.
Roll me a dex save.
Okay.
Could have had Otten do it too, but he's agile enough to be okay.
The two of us deck save?
Sure, yeah.
25.
Just for fun. Just for fun to see if you get. Yeah, okay, you're good. So you
Plus
lose your
4
footing a
again
bit,
for
and you
you.
kind of slide around the corner and bounce off the wall a bit, but you're fine. And make it out to
Nice.
the end, into the nice, warm, interior kind of office.
Is there a deactivating thing here?
With your investigation check from earlier, yes, it is on the desk.
I also have detect magic if there's a magical component to it.
There's a switch under the desk.
Oh, I should roll a con save for that, shouldn't I?
For detect magic, yes.
Or is it yeah, it is a con save.
Yeah, you're fine.
Whatever.
You're good. Yeah, you managed to turn it off, and you hear like the sound that it was making as the ice and mist was coming through the holes in the wall begin to dissipate, and the ice. I mean, it's still there, and it is solid, and it is frozen, but it is no longer expanding further.
Yeah, and I mean it'll in theory dissipate in time. We just might have to sit
Eventually,
for a
yes.
few hours. Yeah,
It'll warm
Might have
up
all the
eventually,
you
but
might
for
have
now
all
it's
the
like,
water you need for the time being.
actually, yeah.
Hey.
Truth.
We'll see what happens. All right. It is a fairly dimly lit room. There's bookshelves that look less like it's not so much a library, more like files.
Magic?
Different notes and like secretary files and stuff like that. Executive assistant stuff.
Magic.
No, other than the switch to turn off the trap.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, there is no magic present in this room.
This room is boring.
Actually,
Look
there is a quill on the desk that is enchanted. It's just a standard writing quill. You're not sure what it's enchanted with.
Any satchels or book bags?
I would say School of Enchantment because it's a homebrew spell.
I'm gonna go pick it up and take it.
Feels very light in your hand. Yeah, feels very comfortable. It's a quill of easy writing. You do not get wrist pain when writing long documents. Very handy for someone who spends a lot of their day transcribing things.
I mean,
Office item.
I don't know that, but
Mundane office items. They add character to them.
are you just giving this knowledge to me?
Yeah, just
Because
for
of
fun. It
detect
just
magic?
feels like
Okay.
a very light quill. You're like, this is enchanted to make it easier to do shit with.
Okay.
You gather the person who owns it probably spends hours and hours just transcribing documents by hand. And it makes it a little easier to do so. Without risk of
Can you
carpal
just
tunnel.
DM me the description of it?
I just made it up on the spot.
okay.
So
Okay, cool.
Just write it down.
This quill is enchanted to prevent
Carpal tunnel from
carpal
hours
tunnel,
of
yeah.
tedious writing.
to indefinitely.
Oh my god. Anyway, this room is very mundane. This is like the office for his executive assistant, more or less. That's about it. You can look through the records if you want. It seems to be like records of meeting, transcriptions of different documents, copied in triplicate. That kind of not very interesting. You are
What about
interested in
the
something.
south side of the room? Is that a door?
Yes, it is a door. Also wood.
I'd
Very
like to
funny.
walk over and just jiggle it, see if it's open or unlocked or unlocked.
It is. That one is unlocked. Top is unlocked.
I'll
So
open
yeah,
it.
yeah, you managed to open the door, and again, there's a staircase this time leading up to your left. So from the left, just going upwards to what appears to be another door. Lots of doors in this place. It's a very sealed off kind of area.
I'm gonna go up the door, up the stairs.
I'm gonna
I'll
look
follow.
with detect magic first up the stairs to see if there's any bullshittery.
None that you can see. Check one thing real quick.
Okay.
None in the stairs area, but.
Okay. I mean, like, yeah, before we go into any new corridor, I'm peering in to see if I can see anything. So that seems to be a theme. And even my dumbass can pick up on shit like that.
Yeah, I'm just checking one quick thing here. No, yeah, so you do detect magic beyond the
Okay.
door. Something low on the ground, and, what kind of magic? Enchantment, I'm guessing? But it's some kind of magical piece of furniture or something in the other room that's kind of like low near the ground. Maybe a carpet of something.
Is it a
Like
flying
at the top of
carpet?
the stairs?
I don't
Like
know.
through that door?
Yeah, on the other side of the door. It's
Okay.
plain wood. Nothing special about it.
I would probably avoid walking on the carpet in this next room.
I had already walked through the door. As soon as I opened it, I walked through.
I love it. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay, so
Is
as
it
you
a rug of
step,
smothering?
it absolutely is a rug of smothering. I'm so happy. So as you walk in, the first rug you step on, you step right into the room. Just
I would avoid walking on the.
and the rug just kicks off and like lifts off the floor, entrapping you and completely encircling you. And we're gonna have it make an attack against you and try to grapple you. And it's gonna attack with advantage because it's attacking from stealth. So 14. I believe that does not hit you with your new armor.
No, it does not.
Yeah,
And
so
we're
it,
like
like
the Two
it begins to
Stooges.
lash around you, and the carpet straight up begins trying to wrap your limbs and confine you, but it is unsuccessful in doing so. At that point, I'm gonna get the initiative tracker open, and we're gonna
Oh,
roll some
we have to
initiative.
fight the carpet. Let's
Can
go.
I sneak attack this this rock?
I need to find a carpet mini because I can't
That
move
is
that one. 'cause it's
hilarious.
Hey, you know what?
Thank
your
you for this,
players,
Pat.
your
I'm so
players
happy
are
we're fighting a
never
rug of
too
smothering.
high level to use a rug of smothering against.
No.
So this is
I
gonna be
haven't
the-
stepped in yet.
This is gonna be the rug of smothering. That's all I got. That's way too big.
Ooh, I've been rolling so bad today.
There you
I
go.
got one natural 20, and the rest have
That
been
is-
like 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah, you're right in the middle of that, Toren. I'm gonna put that down on map and background. Oh god.
man.
No, I fucked up everything. I'm the worst. I'm terrible. There you go. Okay, so you're standing in the carpet and is currently trying to just wrap you up. Which one are we keeping? The 5 or the 17? Stanislav.
What?
Oh, there's so many initiatives in there.
What are you talking about?
It says Stanislav 17, Otten 23, Toren 23, Stanislav 5, Otten 7.
I rolled
Oh.
an 8 on my first roll.
It might be
those
the
old?
old. Yeah, those.
Yeah,
are the
I rolled a
old ones.
5. 8,
So-
5, 7, and 8. Oh my!
wow,
Wow,
you
we
guys
suck ass.
You guys are horrible.
Carpet roll.
I haven't rolled it yet because I suck. Wow, you guys are the worst.
Wow.
All right, so
Why do we
okay.
want the carpet to feel good about itself?
At
We
least
do
it's
want the
against
carpet to
this
feel
and
good
not
about
like an
itself.
actually scary enemy.
initiative. It's 10, so I'm gonna add a turn.
It goes
for
first.
The carpet. I don't know how do I do things.
We are all.
I can only add a
Special.
turn if it's a token. Great. There we go. And it rolled a 10. You guys are fighting a carpet. Carpets are terrifying. They're very scary. Rugs of smothering. I'm so happy.
I can show you the. Never mind.
Alright, Toren,
Don't
you're
sue us, Disney.
you're underneath it for now.
Shadow.
I'm just gonna shrink it down so it's in that space. There you go. Sweet. I'm so happy. Oh, we have a new battle soundtrack, so we're gonna throw that on. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so descending, the rug is gonna. It had a surprise round. It is going to attack again, Toren, against you at the start of this turn. Roll a 7. It's not that strong. I mean, it's the rug of smothering. It tries again and just keeps trying to lash itself and wrap itself around you and smother you, and just crush you to death. And it is unsuccessful in doing so. But your turn is up with an 8 in the initiative. What would you like to do?
I just want to start pulling at it, pulling this thing.
You're gonna try to rip the carpet apart by hand?
I'm panicked. I start trying to rip this thing.
Okay.
I've never seen an enchanted carpet before, so
Roll
I'm,
me
I
an
mean-
unarmed melee attack.
I do feel like it wouldn't be your first instinct to shoot at it with a bow necessarily. Because like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
'cause,
It's a carpet.
because my bow's still in my back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just,
So
yep.
funny.
So yeah, unarmed attack, please.
God.
Is it rolling on my
I'm
shit
weak.
to
This is
GM?
the funniest thing. I'm so happy we're fighting a rug of smothering.
6. You miss. You're just trying to rip it. You can't get good grip because it keeps wiggling around and stuff. It's very slippery carpet, or very wily carpet. Otten. Oh, you still have your movement, Toren, if you'd like to use it.
This is true.
Uh,
I'm so happy.
Me too.
I'll, in my panic state, I will run a few feet down the hall.
Okay, it's going to take an attack of opportunity against you. Why does it keep rolling my shit to GM? It's a 17. I believe hits you with your armor on.
That does hit me.
Okay. So, you are just grappled. That's it. So as it attacks you, it lashes out and manages to get like itself wrapped around your leg and just coils all the way up and just begins squeezing you tightly. Can't damage you this turn, but you are now considered grappled, restrained, blinded, and are currently at risk of suffocating as it just squeezes the air out of you, and you cannot expand your lungs to take in any more. Auden, you're up. The rug currently has Toren just wrapped up inside of it now.
Okay. I mean, I light the rug on fire.
That's your strat?
You know what happens when you do that with the person inside.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that to somebody recently.
Yeah, we just spent a whole 2 hours discovering this.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Literally seen that happen multiple
I
episodes of
will-
Critical Role.
Yeah, but has
Like-
Auden watched Critical Role? He has
No,
no way of knowing what setting this
does
carpet on
not.
fire will
Sorry.
do. Yeah. Carpet constrictor. Oh, you're so fucked, Jim.
Fuck.
Zooming in on the
I don't know.
carpet action.
I guess. I mean, I have my dagger on me. I always have a dagger on me.
Yep, you sure do. Very special
so-
dagger.
I will go ahead, I guess, and make that dagger attack.
You gonna stab it? Alright, you go ahead and
Yeah.
stab that carpet. Make your attack.
Stab the carpet. Stab the
Stab
carpet.
the carpet.
Okay.
I'm so happy.
Oh my God.
We'll turn up the music just a smidge. Get some more intense battle stuff going.
Why do I not hear music in Sirenscape?
There's no music on Sirenscape.
Ah,
I'm running a
And
different
dagger.
playlist.
Carpet
that is
constrictor.
YouTube. It's YouTube safe. I can upload that.
That's
shit.
a 16 to hit.
He definitely hits the carpet. Go ahead and roll your damage, please.
I roll. Well, it's 7, 5 piercing.
It is
and-
7 and sneak attack. Yep. So that's 7 total, and we half it and round up. So, unfortunately, due to this tightly constricted nature of this carpet, as you run up and just thrust your dagger into it, you feel you puncture through carpet and right into flesh. As you withdraw your dagger, you see a spurt of blood shoot out from the carpet. Toren, you take 4 points of piercing damage. Since
You
we
have
round
an
up.
air hole now.
Yeah, and you feel a
but you can't breathe through a flesh pocket.
Yeah,
Okay.
you feel a sharp stabbing pain as you feel a dagger with 3 twisting blades just insert itself into your rib cage. Get right up in them guts.
And I'm guessing we hear him scream a little.
It's
You're yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Auden, you have another attack if you'd like.
Stop that! I yell.
I'm so happy.
I don't have another attack actually.
Oh, you don't have multi-attack?
No, that's next level.
Okay. So if you have movement, but I'm guessing you're good there. Stani,
No, I'm good.
go ahead and move your cho dude.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Okay.
All right.
Stani, you're up.
I'm gonna come up right next to. Can I fit like there, right next to the rug?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're there too. Then. So I'm gonna activate my Peerless Athlete Channel Divinity.
Okay.
There's that. Channel Divinity. There it
I
is.
will say it's a saving throw, not an athletics check to get this thing.
No, I would like to grapple it.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna grapple it this round, and then next round, rip it off of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it can't really escape. You're essentially grappling Toren and the rug at this point. It's wrapped around him tightly, like mummy bindings. Just like literally, it's a humanoid Toren inside of it, and it's tightly constricting it.
So it wouldn't be like a contested athletics check for me to try and rip it off,
No, it's a saving
'Cause I'm-
throw to try to rip it off.
even though I'm not the one being constricted.
Yep.
Okay. I'm still gonna try. In that case, I'm not gonna use Channel Divinity yet. Then.
That's what I was suggesting.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm just gonna try and
All right, go ahead. Strength check
rip off him. So it's not
or
contested.
strength saving throw.
It's not contested. It's a saving. So that's just how the
Yep.
mechanic is. Cool. Okay.
Yep.
That's fine. Still get a +9. Yeah, 28.
Oh,
How does
yeah,
that-
no problem. So as you just grab it by the end and start yanking it off of Toren, and you see his face as like you manage to just pull the carpet off, you start unwinding it and yanking it and trying to throw it down to the ground. You do manage to get Toren unattached or unconstricted by it. And Toren, you
Now we
manage to breathe fresh air once again.
Excellent.
So I'm no longer grappled? Or am
No,
I still grappled?
no, you're good. You're free.
Yeah, no, I like ripped it off, and now I am.
So it's the carpet's turn.
Bonus action, shield faith.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. It is going because now you're grappling it.
Yeah, I'm going at it with him.
Yeah, you're trying to peel
neither
it
of
off.
us
It
have each
doesn't-
other grappled, so I've
It's
peeled
not
it
very
off. But
smart, so I think it's just gonna keep going for its original target. No, it's gonna go for the one that's currently like trying to tear at it. Let's do that. It keeps it's 17 to hit, which does not hit you, I believe. So
Very
it's
close.
trying.
I'm at a
It's
21
like
right
you're
now.
almost like you're holding it at arm's reach. It's like, come on,
Mhm.
come on, and you just can't manage to get purchase on you. I hate that that's all rolling to DM.
Can people see it on your stream at least?
Yeah, my stuff
That's-
is visible.
That's fine, as long as they can see it.
That's what's important. We trust you.
Yeah. You know, I personally prefer not to see your rolls.
I mean,
it's
that's
like
fair.
it's like you playing with the screen, right?
I'm gonna roll one to see. Okay, and it still went to GM. God.
I see it.
Okay, perfect. There we go. No, I like to have everyone see it. That keeps me honest.
Yeah.
Toren, you're
I
up.
mean, it's a different roll, but
Yeah, it is. We're going with the 17, ignoring the 23.
that would have hit.
Yep.
If I move away from it, it still has another attack of opportunity against me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, buddy.
Okay. In that case, I am going to Misty Step down the hallway.
Hell yeah, dude. Poof. You just poof out from the just pure glamour. There's like a little bit of fake glitter that just sprinkles to the ground.
and some
as he
leaves.
appears. Yeah, a couple leaves.
And then I
Little
will pull out my bow and
fireflies.
shoot at the rug.
Go ahead and shoot at the rug.
Hey, you're a panda bear. You eat shoots and leaves.
It doesn't have a lot of HP. It's a
Oh.
rug. You roll a natural 1
Oh my god.
in a thin hallway while Stanislav is holding the rug. So go ahead and roll me another
37.
attack to see if it gets through Stanislav's armor.
No.
Actually, I'm gonna roll a percentile first. If it's above 50%, it will hit you. It's gonna hit you. Well, he still has to make
Well,
the
it's
attack, but it's
still-
going towards you now. So you miss. Stanny, as you're trying to wrestle this carpet and keep it from going after Toren as he misty steps away, you just hear an arrow ping, right off your armor, and you're like, what the f?
Fucking careful!
Oh, it's a rug. What do you expect me to do?
Hit the rug!
Salt.
You're holding the rug.
It's big!
You do have another shot, I believe, right?
Uh,
You have multi-attack at your level.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm the only one who doesn't.
So go ahead and make another attack if you want to.
28.
That hits.
Oh.
Definitely hits.
So 8 points of damage.
Okay. That plus it's still going, but like there's a hole in it now, quite large from where the arrow went through and just kind of tore it. And then the dagger hole, which has just a stain of blood around it. The rug's beginning to look a little haphazard.
Are you
Starting-
saying he tore into it? You said
He
Is
tore
that what you
into
said?
it. Yes. I do believe
100% torn.
you do still have your movement if you would like.
Amazing.
No, I'm gonna stay right in that little corner.
Okay. Otten, you're up.
I'm gonna take a swing with my dagger.
Now stab the rug!
You stab. Go ahead and try to stab that rug.
I will.
You
stab the rug.
absolutely are gonna stab that rug. Let's go.
You got this.
Okay, hang on. I didn't hit the button. Apparently, there we go.
I like half hope you miss because I want to smite a rug, but I also want you to kill it.
13 to hit.
Yeah, just barely.
Okay.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna use one of my two hickey-majiggers.
Oh, that's
my
enough.
attack.
Yeah, you just stab in and drag
Okay.
down and split the rug down the middle. It just tears and both pieces fall limply to the ground.
Oh, I'm still holding it. Okay, well, good job.
And you didn't take any
Throw.
hits that
Yeah.
time, so you still have detect magic up, correct? There is a very similar magical presence coming from the other end of the hallway.
Toren, don't move.
Over here. Not where
Hold on,
Toren
can you-
is.
Can you
Over
reping
there.
that for me?
Right there.
Over there? Okay.
Throw my dagger at it.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I've been attacked by all manner of things in my life.
You
Never
also see, yeah,
as a
a
carpet
rug.
almost killed me.
I love that. It's always a fun monster to use, dude. Straight up. There is a double door there, a double door there, and one there as well.
All right. Well, let's.
All right, from now on, I am no longer leading. I am putting my foot down. I'm no longer the first person to enter a room.
Okay, I'll do it.
I've learned my lesson.
And you know that's
fair.
the most valuable thing that we can get out of these.
What's
Listen,
the plan?
It takes me a time or two, okay?
It's okay. Me too. Don't worry.
What would you like to do?
Aten, you want to try and pick this one? I mean, we should probably go in every room, right?
I mean, yes, but magical presence on the other end.
Yes. Am I getting anything from this room at all?
Which one?
I got.
That one?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No, you get a vibe from over this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're kinda
As I
over
like
there.
walk through the hall,
I-
I get 30 feet, so I should probably be able to get the whole
Yeah,
area.
I will check
From the
this room. I will check this bedroom for anything fancy or dangerous.
Yeah. So it's a much more like a much
Yeah.
far better, well-appointed room. Like it's far
What
nicer.
about the door?
The door's just unlocked at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, you gather these
I
locks
just
from the
follow up,
inside,
yeah.
and as there's no one in them right now, there's no reason to lock them. There's no possessions or anything. The drawers stand empty. There is a simple writing desk in the side of the room with just blank papers on it. You gather there's just another very plain but
Okay.
very well decorated guest room. The bed looks very comfy.
I'm gonna
Beautiful.
write Stanislav the Shiny with my pen, my new quill on that piece of paper just to test it out really
It
quick.
feels like really light in your hand. Like you're like, oh man, I could write with this for hours without any carpal tunnel.
Except it takes me like 30 seconds to write my name because I'm really bad at writing.
Yeah, you're not so great at the writing
It's-
stuff.
Feels good though if I could write well.
To streamline the process, same
Yeah,
deal
sure.
in the upper room here.
Beautiful.
Plain, empty, nothing special. And then opening this door, which is also unlocked, you find a lounge study, kind of a small, little, nice by the fireplace lounge area with 2 chairs, a large bookshelf filled to the brim with different books, and 2 suits of armor, as well as a display on the mantelpiece of a number of different magical, like number of different trinkets.
I'm just
and,
gonna
like-
say get away.
And
from
yeah, I
the
still
armor.
have detect it.
Yes, you do.
Is that where the magical presence is coming from?
No, the only magical thing in this room. Yeah, you thought they were suits of armor. Yeah,
I thought they were animated armor. I've run those before. They're
Yeah,
fucking,
fucking brutal.
nightmares.
No, I thought about it, but no.
Oh.
There is one magical trinket in here. It would appear,
Okay.
And it is a small orb, kind of in the center of the mantelpiece. Looks kind of like a copperish color, but like very polished copper, like beautifully radiant. It doesn't look too fancy, but it's almost like a puzzle ball. And there's some other like different joints on it, and like a piece where there like a single slot where there's no piece that you could looks like you could slide. It's kind of like a Chinese puzzle box.
What school?
A number of them.
Oh.
You detect the
It's a happy
enchantment.
fun ball.
Kind of. Not necessarily, but
Real. Okay, we'll get back to that. I don't want to touch that just yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around for a cloth or something, like maybe a throw thingy over one of those chairs.
And
Anything like that.
yeah,
The armor.
there's a couple fur blankets and stuff. The armor is still
Is it
decorative,
practical or
still decorative, but more practical than the stuff that was downstairs. This looks like you could feasibly turn it into some kind of chest plate, but it is still plate. The chain shirt you're wearing may be better off for you.
if it's
But
if it's plain, I just keep walking.
All right, yeah, I'll grab one of those like throw furs and wrap that thing up and.
I
put it
suppose
in the
that would
bag.
be divination magic would be the main one.
Oh,
I think I could be wrong on that. I'll have to check my notes, but
interesting. Cool. Yeah, I'll keep it wrapped up in that, and I'll just put it in my bag. We'll figure out what this is later. It's very interesting.
You physically pick it up.
Well, I wrap the fur around it, but yeah.
Okay, so you wrap the fur around it, and as you do, you just feel, even through the fur, a very faint kind of arcane hum. There's a power to it that kind of radiates off of it.
Stanislav, I might not know much about magical things, but don't let that touch your skin.
Not until we figure out what it is, for sure. I'm tucking it like deep into my bag. Alrighty. And then you said there was another thing behind the door? Or up here?
No, the carpet you're currently walking on was the other ping, remember? There's a carpet at the end of the hallway. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt and assuming you didn't step directly on it.
Yeah, no, sorry. I thought you said it was coming from just behind the door.
I would have tossed something on it to see if it reacted.
There's
Oh,
it
fully activates. Like, yeah, as soon as something touches it, it just binds it, even though it was small.
All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, okay. We'll give it a whatever you would have thrown on it.
I would have just actually no.
Chair.
I would be like, hey, what if we toss that thing that you just collected, that you said not to touch the skin?
I mean,
What, and then grab the rug as well?
Well, if it hurts the rug.
The rug's not a living thing, though. The rug is just an enchanted thing.
It's fair. It's true. Okay, I mean, yeah.
Sure.
but then we could have an enchanted rug. We should take the whole thing with us.
Yeah.
My 3 brain cells are trying to connect. All right, let's do it. I take the thingy out of the fur. Well, no, I take the thingy out and like unwrap it, but I'm holding it in the fur and I'm going to throw it on the carpet.
It hits the ground and just rolls the carpet and begins coiling around. It's still a massive carpet, like it kind of and it's just carpet, but it's constricting this thing, and you hear it binding. Nothing happens apart from that. You just gotta stab the shit out of the carpet. Everyone stab the shit out of the carpet.
So that's not a bad idea.
Hey. So, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
All of us?
Whoever wants to, yep. Go ahead.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Alright.
13s, that probably misses.
No, it hits. It's a 12.
Okay.
Natural 1 and an... Oh no, I hit myself!
Why are you getting these nat ones on inanimate objects? Oh my god. First the
You
chain,
do.
now
No,
now
because it's the
carpet.
longsword of the deceiver.
So I hit myself for 9.
Yeah, so you bring your sword up and you just slam it into the ground, and as it does, you hit nothing but wood. You don't even hit the carpet. And there's a flash of energy from your sword as you just feel a racking pain in your mind as you take 1 point or 9 points of psychic damage from your blade as it deems you unworthy of wielding it, and you are a failure. It is going to make you suffer for that fail.
I didn't need
I
him
did
to tell
attack
me
again,
that.
though, and hit for 18.
Yeah, that you managed to slash the carpet out fairly well. You feel ping, your sword hit metal on the next attack, and the carpet falls dead, and the object is unscathed despite you having hit it with your hand. Sword.
I figured.
Yeah. Doesn't appear to be trapped. It's
Interesting.
magic.
Did we see
Okay.
that flash of energy that came off his sword?
Oh yeah, it was like just a momentary flash of like almost blackish claw, like just a quick emanation of shadow from the blade, and then it vanished almost immediately.
Oh, when it hit
And then
me,
yeah, and then you see Stanislav just grasp his head in agony as a little trail of blood just drips out from his eyeballs.
Oh, good. Don't worry, I know that can happen. I figured that out recently.
Don't worry. None of that seems normal.
It's fucking not, don't worry.
I think we should be slightly concerned. No?
I mean, yes, but let's just check the rest of the rooms and deal
we'll
with
table
that.
We'll table it for now.
Table
I
it.
also, looking at the ball, like that it didn't seem to like really do all that much. Even when I stabbed it, I'm gonna just pick it up.
You touch it and you die. No, it's fine. You feel that power emanating. It's some kind of like there's enchantment energy in it. This is obviously an enchanted object of some kind. There's also some kind of touch of divination magic on it. You're not sure exactly.
I think it could destroy magic, dispel magic. Very convenient right now.
I'll spend some time with it later and try and figure out what it is. But let's look in this room.
Let's go.
Yeah, so let's advance. I'm actively checking for traps or anything else. I don't think there's going to be anything here, but I'm actively checking.
Nope.
I'm staying close to Otten.
Empty room. Go ahead and make me an investigation check. Since you're actively searching. Your passive and perception's pretty high, but
I made my con
gonna see
save
if
at
you-
base value.
14.
you trust your
enchanted.
senses, and it does not appear that this room is chat. This is the most immaculately decorated room. This
Yeah.
very, very obviously the master's chamber. There is a number of like writing utensils again. There's a couple kind of different letters that have been scrawled and put in envelopes that haven't been sealed yet. Sealed and sent away. You gathered he had not anticipated events that had.
Right.
Other than that,
Anything
nothing
magical
nothing-
in here?
No. A mundane room mostly. There are a couple
Have
of
I been
paintings on
getting-
the wall.
I've been getting slight pings from the sconces on the walls.
Yep. Yeah, they're
Okay.
they're the enchantment.
That's cool.
Essentially, it's just a permanent flame that brightens or dims based on people being around it.
Oh,
You
that's
approach
fucking cool.
what appears to be the final door, at least as far as you can tell. There is a large wooden door reinforced yet again with steel. This time the lock on it looks masterfully made. And you are getting a sense of magic from the lock. And oddly enough, no, you do detect magic beyond it. You're not sure. There's a number of different schools of magic coming from beyond that door.
Like
I don't
multiple
suppose-
pings from different things.
A couple different pings and one source that seems to have a number of different magical properties to it.
I don't suppose this one opens just by saying "Open Sesame."
It opened. No.
I mean, I can try to pick it, but I'm not gonna lie. I think this one probably far outside of my depth.
If it doesn't work, there's enough hallway here where Stanislav can get a running start.
I mean, you know what? You're not wrong.
And I still have a little something up my sleeve in case it comes to that.
All right, well, here we go. Let's try to pick it.
I can't cast the thing.
Yeah, so that's a 16.
No,
that ain't
you have
enough.
no luck whatsoever. You're trying to just. Nope. Damn it. Fuck.
All right,
You
well,
cannot-
Stanny,
Cannot get through this door.
this is you, bud.
All right. I don't know if it's gonna do anything, so I'm gonna try something else first before I full on run at it.
Yeah, you detect the magic on the lock and from behind the door. Yes,
Okay.
there's a number of
And is
different
it-
sources. Some abjuration, some enchantment, some illusion. You're not sure.
A little bit
What
worried
exactly
about
is
this
where?
one? Okay, I'm gonna try and kick the door down first, but I'm gonna put a smite into it.
You're gonna smite the door.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Smite that door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me an attack against the door.
Unarmed strike. Almost not 20, but 26. So
Yeah, you
6
managed to boot those doors clean off the hinge. Oh, that's only 6 damage. It
plus.
plus your smite.
Only another 6, so 12 total?
The door does not break. It is quite well reinforced. You boot it and it does not open. You see like some splinters fly off from where your boot
Okay.
hits it, and the smite
I
flashes.
do have multi-attack, so I'm gonna do it again.
Go ahead, keep booting that door.
Yeah, and I'm gonna smite it again. If I hit it, which I hope I do. The door. Dirty 20 this time. So 6 plus. Come on.
That'll do it.
6 plus 8 this time, so 14 more.
And the door
Ah.
blows up.
This time,
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. This time, as you boot the door down, you kick it with all of your might. The door flies open, and as it does, there is just a flash of dark energy followed by an eruption of bright green. I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw within 60 feet of this location.
Ooh.
Were you guys standing right behind me?
Yes.
I mean, I was a little bit, but I wasn't 60 feet.
Yeah,
No, were you
basically like where you and I are on the map, I would have switched places. I would have just been like
Okay, so
I got-
anybody within 5 feet of me at the time gets +4.
So that's a 15 on my part.
+4, so 19. And
13.
20 for
Or,
Stanislav.
sorry,
No, mine, not including me. Mine's already calculated in.
Oh.
I got a
okay.
13.
It's my aura of protection.
So. Enough D6 for this. Okay, one sec. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So as you boot this door open, the trap on the other side, which was powered by necromantic magic, erupts into a circle of death, causing a pure blast of death energy to just spread through the hallway, corrupting every single one of you. The only person who saved was Auten, so you're going to take 23, Toren and Stanislav, 23 points of necrotic damage, and
Oof.
so round up, it'll be 12 for
Okay.
Auten. As there's just like the shadow begins to dissipate, and you all stand there as the veins in your like arms, you see like a blackness kind of fade from them. Just
I heal 3 points from Fighting Spirit.
hell
Or
yeah,
not
dude.
Fighting Spirit. Whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about.
Like-
Death
Second
energy.
I guess it'd be 4, actually.
I said there was a great many things in here.
I
That was
didn't
a-
like that.
All right, I'm gonna give Toren. Actually, how's everybody? How are both of you looking?
I'm still above half.
Okay. Auten?
I'm at 32. I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Oof. I'm gonna give myself 15 points of lay on hands.
Okay.
Like,
You should. You should
I'm
do
gonna
that.
save 10. Ow. Probably knock me on my ass too.
It's just like you have your hand on the wall and you're just trying to breathe through it. You guys got off
Uh,
easy though. Those were some really shitty rolls.
Succeed on my con save. Well, shit. Let's go inside. I hope
Yes,
this
you
was
do,
worth
just barely. Yeah, no, good job.
it. No, it's half the damage.
Yeah, I know, you did okay. But like, whew, could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you managed, like, the room before you stands empty. There is a number of bones in this room and skeletons kind of piled up into a corner by that right table. I don't have like little figures for it, but there's just like what appears to be a number of bones that have kind of been left in a pile in that area. There are 3 bookshelves in this room, 2 on your right, 1 on your left. On the corner of the left side of the room, you see what appear to be like kind of chalkboards where some formulas and different things have been written out, all very scientific in nature, some arcane in nature, and you see a table holding 3 separate books. On the other side of the room, you see what appears to be some kind of runic circle. I need Stanislav and Toren to make me, I want to say memory. There's no thing for remembering a flashback, but roll me a flashback check. Just roll me a d20 and add your intelligence.
History, maybe?
History.
It's all -1. I suck ass at this.
Are you at disadvantage? Why'd you roll twice?
No, I have
Oh,
-1
the con save was
intelligence.
24. Okay, Toren, this is up to you, man. You guys suck.
Dude, we're both -1. We're not bright
Yeah,
fellers.
nothing about that circle is
We're fart
even-
smellers.
Nothing remotely about that circle is familiar to you. You feel like it should be, but you can't place
see
it.
runes.
You see runes. It's just a spell circle. You're not sure what it could be.
Is this the thing that's giving me all sorts of different schools of magic?
Nope. This one is quite specific, but it is
Oh.
Yeah.
actually no.
Tor's
This one
also
isn't.
been-
This one is not giving you any school of magic. As it is no longer active. It is just a mundane drawing on a floor at this point.
and Toren is very cautiously walking into that room.
Yep. So on the bookshelves again, there's a number of books. The 3 books in the center,
Yeah.
2 are giving you a magical vibe. One of them has a number of different things in it, so does the other. You not exactly sure, but based on the diversity of stuff contained within, you gather these are spell books with different inscriptions on each page, or
Can I
possibly a
read the
journal of
cover?
some kind. But the schools of magic vary. It's no writing on the cover whatsoever on any of these books. Just a blank, black, faded leather. They're almost identical.
Well, these are interesting.
I roll up the paper with the death circle or whatever it was called. Exploded earlier.
Hmm?
You said that it was a meaningless drawing now.
The circle on the floor.
The
Oh
circle
yeah,
on
the
the
circle
floor.
on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That wasn't the
Is
thing that caused the death explosion. That was a ring.
Oh,
Yeah,
This
that came
is
from the door,
this out of character. This was some kind of teleportation sigil that was made inactive through
Gotcha.
disconnection via where it was supposed to.
I feel like this should mean something, but I don't really know. So I'm gonna use my quill, and I'm gonna copy it onto a blank piece of paper.
okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Fancy.
there's plenty of paper around. You spend some time. Roll. I don't know.
I am really gonna try hard, and if it doesn't look right, I'm gonna retry. So
Okay.
I will go for this.
I'll say either roll me an Arcana check to make sure you get the symbols accurate and correct based on what they should look like. This is going to be probably a multiple part test here.
Sure. So basically, what I'm concerned about is getting the overall picture. I mean, I would like to see if someone else can help me, but if it feels like it should mean something to me, then a general is fine. But yeah,
Or
whatever
will
you
come
want me to
over
roll.
and give you a hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be a Toren thing.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check to just try and replicate the symbols you see to make sure they're accurate.
Good. Yeah, it's not terrible. And I'm using my quill with easy, right?
You think you managed to get a fairly accurate representation. Takes you probably about 30-40 minutes to do so. Quite a long time indeed. But you think you got it pretty damn close.
So you guys see me like literally sit on the floor like a kid, cross-legged, and
Yeah.
start
That
going
Toren
at
is just looming over you. Like,
Yep. No.
You missed that.
and it's
bit,
just
little
no.
buddy.
Nice.
So, Otten, while they're working on that, what are you doing?
This was the last room to explore, right? Like this was it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's no further doors.
No further doors. Any further traps? Anything like that in here?
Nope. Though I will say with your detect magic, the pile of bones in the corner is giving you strong necromantic vibes.
I throw a rock at the skeleton. I say rock. I
would point it out to him.
I
You
would
gonna throw
toss
something
something at the. I would toss something at the skeleton.
Okay.
They're like
Alright.
a pot on one of those.
You're gonna
Tables.
huck it? Alright. So as you
Am I
do
gonna-
so, you throw it, and it hits the bones, and the bones begin to quiver. And slowly start piecing themselves back together and forming a massive skeleton. Very large humanoid, almost giant-sized skeleton at this point, as it steps up and kind of just turns its head towards you and
I look at Toren.
clacks through long, decaying teeth.
Hi. Friend
It's
or
on.
foe?
It's on.
He just kind of reaches in, breaks off one of his ribs, and holds it and wields it like a sharpened stake and just looks at you. And you, even though there's no facial expression, there's no eyes, there's nothing, you can sense the malice coming from this creature. And it
Okay,
immediately looks at the thing that threw
It's
a rock
on.
at it and launches itself towards you. And that is where we are going to end the session
Yeah.
for today, as Rob needs to be done by 10:15. We got 7 minutes to go on that. So,
What I would say is, this isn't like the last skeleton.
Yeah.
As he's running. Okay.
Just thinking that.
Yeah, at that
Yeah,
moment, I would have pulled out my bow and readied myself.
you guys didn't really disturb anything major in the room, like taking a sheet of paper wasn't enough to trigger it, but throwing a fucking rock at the dormant fucking skeleton was definitely enough to wake it up. So, I want to thank everyone who's come by. Jenna, JT, you guys are the best. Wraith, Elscorp, thank you all so much. Everyone else, if I missed you, you're much appreciated. We will catch you next week for another meeting of the Cross Country Compatriots when we dive back into our Vampire the Masquerade campaign, story told by our lovely friend Lost Axioms here. And we've entitled that Sundown in Cowtown. So, that should be a fun adventure. Chaos is sure to ensue, and we're probably going to die, at least a couple of us. So if you want to tune
And
in for the
this next
carnage...
D&D campaign session will start
Oh,
with
yeah,
combat,
shit's-
so don't miss that either.
Oh yeah, no, the shit's gonna go very much awry at one point or another. I want to thank everyone again. We will see you next week. I'll be streaming a bunch this week as well. Catch you later, but we'll see you next week with the Cross Country Compatriots for another game of Sundowning. Peace out, everybody. We're gonna find someone to raid out on. We will see you later.
Bye.